sound of this. Who come with me getting down to this? You better step back, get your neck cracked, get laid down when you best step. Better check that with a fresh map, get lost now with no extract. Like look, that's all me, got my number, don't call me. We eating up, that's all beef, you freezing up, that's y'all's team. Cause we don't really lose no more, all about heating up, leaving that cold. You can see me heating up, killing that show. I ain't about giving up, no. Now scoop first where your homies at. Come my team with me right now. My team so mean right now. But what you mean y'all out? It's time to weed y'all out. Okay, we coming back with a vengeance. Time to go start your engines. What is this thing y'all mention? Time for y'all stop pretending, Nah, y'all can't do that. Where your crew at? Y'all can't do that. Nah, where your crew at? Nah, man, cause now you alone. Yeah, get out of my zone. Man, cause now you alone. Love, get out of my zone. Nah, cause they don't want it with me. Love, you got a problem with me. Cause y'all don't want it with me. If you start a fire with me, then you're never gonna stop me. Nah, cause they don't want it with me. Look, you got a problem with me. Look, cause y'all don't want it with me. If you start a fire with me, then you're never gonna stop me.
Scenario, win, 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 yeah, we on a roll. Yeah, 2, 4, 6, we like 10 and 0. I should probably tell them something that they didn't know. Back then we was down with nowhere to go. Shit, might have been down, but we didn't fall. Now we running it like some intervals. Ooh, what now? Tell me who you see when you look straight up. Like, wait, who us now? What you gonna do when we pull up on you? Like, ooh, touchdown. You already know what it is when I come through you. Ooh, shut down. Shut down. Say, oh, what now? Tell me who you see when you look straight up. Like, wait, who us now? What you gonna do when we pull up on you? Like, ooh, touchdown. You already know what it is when we come through you. Ooh, shut down. Ooh, shut down. Ooh, give me that crown. I need that now, right now. Ooh, don't make a sound.
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming and Monster Energy.
Won't stop going till a player on top know it. Rooftop penthouse suite. If you really want it, gotta own it. Fly through it, we was at the lowest. Blood, sweat, tears, the components. Riding all year, now's the moment. We are not friends, we are opponents. Yeah, I'm coming for mine. Yeah, I'm making a play, the game on the line. Yeah, I've been on the grind. Yeah, I jump in the spot, I made it my time. Yeah, look in the sky. Yeah, the stars align, no shade to shine. Can't stop it already. Emotional work and devotion, we put in this time. Look, you won't stop.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Snapdragon Pro Series Brawl Star. This is the Challenge League stage for Group B. My name is Husky. Alongside with me once more is Uwu, the magical unicorn. Adrian.
Okay.
It's easier to pronounce.
Yep, definitely.
But I prefer Uwu the magical. I don't know why you changed it. Is there a reason? Did someone complain it was too long?
No, it's actually where we all started. Remember where we all started?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I don't know, it's just a meme, but then again that today we will be going through Group B. We went through Group A earlier on. It was much more intense, but Group B I would say is much more all odds. It's on the table. Everyone has a 25% chance.
Oh, okay.
It's 4-way, 25, 25, 25. It adds up to 100%. But I don't know, it feels like it's a bit it's very hard to predict. It's very unpredictable. The lineup, the gameplay, the game style, and definitely I feel like a lot of cheeses, a lot of mind games that is going to be played amongst all these teams.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, hearing from you that there's a 25% equal chance for everyone is pretty surprising, because I thought you would say 100% chance to a single region. But let's run you guys through the format again for Brawl Stars in case you guys are not up to date. So we start with the Mobile Open, and we have 2 splits for each Mobile Open. We start with Split 1, and then we have the Split 1 Finals, Split 2 with Split 2 Finals as well. And each split, there are, I believe, 6 cups that you can play in to get points for Brawl Stars. And afterwards, if you qualify for the Split 1 Finals, and you're able to get top 4, you qualify for the Challenge Round Robin, where we will pit each of these teams against one another in a GSL format, where they will play 4 consecutive rounds in a row. And afterwards, the teams that were able to conquer the round robins makes it to the Challenge Finals, where they will duke it out for a very lucrative prize pool. So only 4 teams will make it to the Challenge Finals for Season 1 and 2, and afterwards we'll announce the eventual winners. Now, the teams who play in the Mobile Open Cup have to play as much as possible to get as much points, because that qualifies them into Masters. And we get 2 teams to qualify for Masters, where all the other Brawl Star teams from other regions such as Europe and North America will also come together and play under one roof to find out which team and which region is the best Brawl Stars region of all.
Yeah, definitely is like, the footstep from you to becoming a professional. It's like this is the stairway to it, to all the way towards the end, which is the Masters itself. It's definitely a roadmap for a lot of players, a roadmap for a lot of people to see, and especially the prize pool. It's definitely very lucrative, as we are saying. Top 8, everyone gets a slice of the pie. 16,000 for the first place, 9,000 for the second place, 7,000 for the third place, 5,000 for the fourth place, 3,000 for fifth and sixth, and 1,000 each for 7 and 8. That being said, yeah, they are playing for a prize pool. Being the top 4 is going to be a very it's an objective that they're going to aim for. But even though if you land at the bottom 4, you're still going to walk away with something, with some money in hand. But most important is the experience, because definitely in Asia Pacific, it's more about how the teams it's mostly in Southeast Asia. They have to adapt to the mechanical of Japan region itself, especially all of this is in Asia Pacific region alone. So adapting to the meta, adapting to the gameplay, adapting to the mechanics itself, it's going to be a bit tougher for players, especially from the Southeast Asia region, because dominance from Japan is strong. And as you can see in Group A, Zeta Division 1, they went 3-1 against Fluffy, 3-2 against Division 0. It's like,
I mean, it's kind of expected, right? When we see the double Zeta teams fight out, unfortunately, one of them has to lose. And you gave me some interesting tidbits that, there were some trash talk going on. I say some trash talk, but it's only just Zeta Division 1 talking smack. Like they gave Zeta Division 0 a piece of the humble pie, but I'm sure Zeta Division 0 are in safe hands for now. But today, we look at Rising Sun Esports, we look at Midnight Zephyr, we look at Blood Diamond and Team Wood. These teams have been here for the split finals. They didn't make it until the end, but they did just enough to qualify for the Challenge GSL bracket. This is where it is. So rinse and repeat, just like Group A, we are going to see 3 series today. A best of 3 of 5 maps of 5 sets of maps. And afterwards, we'll find out who joins Zeta Division 0 in the challenge finals.
Exactly, and earlier on I said there is 25% for each of the team, but it also ends up on the drafting and how they're going to play it out. And Zeta Division 1, they already qualified to the top 4 itself to qualify to challenge final, but 25% for each of the team. But it also look up at how they are picking and banning and how they are going to play a bit of unorthodox. So definitely Blood Diamond going up against Midnight Zephyr. Odds for that matchup, it's a bit more of a 80-20.
Yeah, I mean, I believe we have seen them play. We definitely have seen them play in the split finals, and it's safe to say that again the region of Japan is just a bit more superior, and it's pretty crazy that that region has been so solid for such a long time, right? The world champions were forged from that region, and now they still are the top region. Malaysia, Singapore, the SCA region, we also had some moments of brilliance. We've been on that pedestal before, but ever since then, we have not been able to step foot back on that spot, thanks to Japan just being such a developed region in Brawl Stars. And today, again, we get put to the test. It feels like it's the Japanese region versus the entirety of Asia Pacific.
Exactly, but just talking about that Japan region, I think during when I was doing ESL Mobile Open in Season 1, if I'm not mistaken, or Season 2, I don't really remember, but I remember that we did an interview with the Japanese player. They kind of say it's all breaks down to the scrims itself. It breaks down to the community itself. And even ZZK did say as well, like the more activities that they have, like between players, the more scrims, the more opportunity that they do that. It's definitely an advantage that you can get. Like in Japan, they are much more friendlier. There's less, I'll say, toxicity, but then it's not really toxicity, but it's much more friendlier of
it's easy
players.
to get along.
Yeah, it's easier to get along, and like players, they don't mind playing against each other, even though it's like, you know your odds, like if you're going up against a pro player, you know that you're going to get like beaten badly, but to the point that they figure out it's like it's a stepping stone. It's for me to learn. It's where I can improve myself and learn more from the pro players, and that is the environment that the Japanese players been playing for at least 3 to 4 years. Meanwhile, in Southeast Asia, it's slightly different.
Yeah, I can definitely get behind it, right? It's kind of the forged in fire mindset. And I think it is great, right? Because we look at these players, is you gotta start losing before you figure out how to win, right? So let's introduce Rising Sun Esports. They will be playing in, I believe, the very first bracket up against Midnight Zephyr. And these guys, they don't need much introduction, but we gotta do it, you know, with Varo, with Ryohei, with Aaron, with Wahochi. And I believe we talked to Aaron multiple times. This cool guy, really humble guy. Do not be fooled by his fierce looks, because I can guarantee you he's one of the nicest guys that we have ever talked to. And these are your players on the screen today. And I think, you know, for Rising Sun Esports, they have actually drawn blood from the likes of Zeta Division, you know, back in the days. And even now, it might not seem as close, but I can guarantee you, in this bracket, I feel like they might be just a bit too much for Midnight Zephyr to handle, but we'll just have to find out when we jump into that game how far Rising Sun Esports has come. Because if the community that you described is as it is, then I think the growth will be exponential.
Yep, definitely. And Midnight Zephyr, Coup d'Ace, Respawn, and Jordan, well, we have seen their face somewhere. We have seen them playing on a competitive level, but can they go up against the big team in Japan? The odds is against them. I say 80-20, but still there is a chance if they are able to pull it off. They have to pull off the upset. Mind games need to be played. They need to know how to break down the lineup. It's you can't go player matchup, player against player. You definitely can't go up against, especially the mechanical skills of Japanese players. What you can do is play the number game, team up. You have to, like, you know, team up at least 2 brawlers and just go on and try to weaken one side and try to get the dominance and get the advantage.
That's what we say, strength in numbers. I remember last year when we throw back to Mobile Open Season 1 very briefly, except for Zeta Division, I think the lineup of Midnight Zephyr at that time,
Yep.
I believe was known as Team Flash, right? They,
Yep.
no, yeah, they were able to at least draw blood from a lot of these Japanese powerhouse,
Mhm.
barring Zeta Division for obvious
Yep.
reasons, because Zeta Division again was still at the top of the world, who then went on to become the world champions. But right now, there definitely has been some changes. I think
Mhm.
the region of Japan has grown stronger. We also have done so, but I think the pacing from the Japanese region is just a bit faster, right? And if we look at the lineup of Midnight Zephyr,
Mhm.
it is kind of 2/3 of what it usually was, right?
Mhm.
Jordan being kind of the newer faces,
Yep.
Cool DAs and Response. They've been together for long enough. They've been on the world stage, and it's Cool DAs has been there, and he has lifted the trophy. But coming to this, I feel like it's kind of a minor region gap, right? Just
Mhm.
based off of what you've mentioned.
Yeah, definitely a minor region gap, and just looking at how Kubias and Respawn, they have to respond to this, no pun intended, really. But the way how they have to like really put in the mindset, even when we are looking at the player cams just now, where Midnight Zephyr, they're a bit much more tense compared.
Oh yeah, you can feel it. Right?
Yeah, you can feel it.
For a while, I thought Cool DA's camera was frozen. Right?
Mhm.
He didn't move. He was just staring at the screen, probably reading out on stuff. But yeah, you can feel the tension.
Yeah, definitely can feel the tension, and just looking at how they have to prepare. The first matchup itself, it's especially the first map itself is make it or break it. Because if you're able to throw off the momentum and break some part of the mentality from the Japanese player side, that's a win. That's definitely a very strong win, and you have to ride onto that. Because if you let go of that momentum, you're just gonna get wiped. You're just gonna get a tidal wave comeback.
Yeah. In fact, so I don't know if you remember this, but for the Split 1 Open Finals,
Yep.
we actually played sets of best of 5 instead of best of 3, right? And these teams actually went through that, so technically they got more games in. I believe Midnight Zephyr was one of those a few teams that had to go through the more brutal best of 5 formats. I think coming into this is more of a rematch, and I believe if you are any other team, to a certain point, you would have to expect to run into this roadblock, right?
Yep.
And I think it feels more rewarding if you get the win, and it's just about getting there.
Yep.
That's where we always run into this brick wall of, oh my god, they are so good. And how do we do that? And I think we've been through this question multiple times. How do we beat this team? How does A counter B? But at the end of the day, I think I just want to quick wrap up your point that this is a team game, right? It's all about strength in numbers. And we're going to cut to a short commercial break, but we guarantee you when we come back, there are going to be more Brawl Star actions for the Snapdragon Pro Series.
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming and Monster Energy.
Won't stop going till a player on top know it. Rooftop, penthouse suite. If you really want it, gotta own it. Fly through it, we was at the lowest. Blood, sweat, tears, the components. Riding all year, now's the moment. We are not friends, we are opponents. Yeah, I'm coming for mine. Yeah, I'm making a play, the game on the line. Yeah, I've been on the grind. Yeah, I jump in the spot, I made it my time. Yeah, look in the sky. Yeah, the stars align, no shade to shine. Can't stop it already. Emotional work and devotion, we put in this time. Look. You won't stop.
gotta get it. I'm on the mission, snap any minute, casually winning. Stop tripping on me, stop dissing on me. Yeah, I got a dream, can't take it from me. My fire's burning, I'm always learning. Tell me where to go, man, I'm on a journey. Yeah, I can't explain it, I get excited. Keep it 300, King Leonidas. Strap in, cause it's gonna be a long ride. Working on me every single day and night. There comes a time when your worlds will collide. If it's holding you back, push it right to the side. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. I don't got the time, put me in, coach. I've been going hard, time to let it show. Everything raw, give it to me now. Let me have the spot, man, it's going down. Gotta get it here, I don't wanna wait. Take what I want, then I go train. Gotta get a win, I won't lose the game. This is my year, I ain't gonna break. Strap in, cause it's gonna be a long ride. Working on me every single day and night. There comes a time when your worlds will collide. If it's holding you back, push it right to the side.
On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal.
Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here.
On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal.
Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here.
look straight up like, wait, who us now? What you gon' do when we pull up on you like, ooh, touchdown. You already know what it is when I come through you. Ooh, shut down. Say, ooh, shut down. Say, ooh, what now? Tell me who you see when you look straight up like, wait, who us now? What you gon' do when we pull up on you like, ooh, touchdown. You already know what it is when we come through you. Ooh, shut down. Say, ooh, shut down. Say, ooh, give me that crown. I need that now, right now. Ooh, shh, don't make a sound. It's my time. You hear the crowd. Hey, we need that rain. Me and my team. Deja vu. This here a dream. We done all seen 100 times over back when we was just teens. Now we going dumb. Told them we the one. They would count us out. Now we counting up the funds. Now without a doubt, they be throwing other ones. Like they was always rapping. Now believe them if you want. Now they show love. Came with it done. It is what it is. It isn't what it was. They all love to hate when it don't work out. Tell you that they always been down when it does. Look. Say, ooh, what now? Tell me who you see when you look straight up. Like, wait, who us now? What you gon' do when we pull up on you? Like, ooh, touchdown. You already know what it is when we come through you. Ooh, shut down. Say, ooh, shut down. Say, ooh, what now? Tell me who you see when you look straight up. Like, wait, who us now? What you gon' do when we pull up on you? Like, ooh, touchdown. You already know what it is when we come through you. Ooh, shut down. Say, ooh, shut down. Say, ooh.
We are back for the Snapdragon Pro Series Brawl Star Challenge GSL stage. My name is Husky. Alongside me is Adrian. We thank you guys for your patience, but I can guarantee that we are now getting ready to get into the first series between Midnight Zephyr and Rising Sun Esports.
Yeah, Rising Sun Esports. Well, basically, we had a lot of assistance with building up the maps for the brawlers to go in. Grabbing all the gems itself, and building the whole place itself. So it's definitely going to be taking some time, but then we are back now.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys have anything you want to let us know, you want to show us, you have some memes, some creations of your own on social media, do so with the hashtag Snapdragon Pro Series, and you might stand a chance to be featured on live broadcast. Because for me, I love to see what people think about the video games that they like. And if you guys are people who like to predict, drop it down in the prediction. Well, drop it down in the chat on twitch.tv. Let us know who you think is going to win this one. I know my answer. I know who is going to win. But I just want to hear what people think, right? Because we all love a good upset.
Yeah, definitely want to see the stats from the community at thinking who might win and who will lose. But we will be looking at the maps selection, the map rotations sequence, and also the picks and ban. But the first up, we will be going into chill space, gem grab. This is going to be quite interesting of sequence that you see, because you start off with much more intense, or much more hook and poke. You try to grab some map advantage. Then later you go on to the Brawl Ball. It's much more of a fun mode. So I feel like Midnight Zephyr, they might want to play super aggressive in chill space, just to get that advantage. Definitely, whoever's pick up the first map will have the advantage, but especially going up against Rising Sun's esports, it's the mechanical skills. I can't emphasize more onto that, especially players from Japan, like how mechanical gifted are they. But even God's Bleed, so definitely Rising Sun's esports to get an advantage on top of them. Midnight Zephyr definitely have to play super aggressive, especially on kill space itself. And just looking at the brawlers this gonna be picked up, it's pretty interesting from the side of Rising Sun's esports.
I think it's interesting for both teams,
Ooh.
right? I mean, you want aggressive. Midnight Zephyr don't really reflect that aggressiveness, but what they do have is a ton of utilities to control zones. You
Yep.
can get pickoffs, you can easily push the members of Rising Sun's esports away, and I think this lineup complements it, right? Especially, I think the Bo, who has been kind of a staple zone controller for a lot of teams, especially when it comes down to gem grab. I think this is one of the drafts that Midnight Zephyr can definitely pull off. But on the other hand, you want aggression? I mean, Rising Sun Esports is bringing that, right? We see the Stu is a very staple brawler when it comes to aggression. A lot of mobility, hard to catch, annoying to deal with. And I just want to get your opinion on this. Which draft do you think kind of fits the repertoire for this gem grab round?
Oh, just based on the picks itself, looking at how Rising Sun's esports picks, they have a lot of mobility. They do have mid-range to long-range projectile, but Midnight Zephyr picking up the bow and the Jeanette, so it might not be as strong as it is, because you have to deal up with the Stu. You need to be careful against going up against Stu. But Rising Sun Esports, they already have 2 gems. They are sitting on the blue side. Meanwhile, Midnight Zephyr, they are playing from the red side. Aaron getting the first blood onto Kupti Ace, and Respawn might be going down as well.
Yeah, and I think we are starting to see a bit of a problem, right? Especially when we see Ryohei right now. There's not much members of Midnight Zephyr that can deal with him. It's very beefy, has this boomerang projectile that constantly zones you away, gives him good control of where the gem spawn is. And when he uses that super, when he rolls at you, there's no way for Rising Sun Esports to stop that. So I'm slightly worried just based off of the first few interactions that we've seen, but it seems like Midnight Zephyr are dealing with it just fine. Jordan gets rid of him, 5 gems in the pocket of Midnight Zephyr, and now they get control.
Yeah, definitely. Midnight Zephyr finally getting the control itself, but looking from Rohit's projectile, it did get a buff on the brawler itself. It has a 50% buff, but Kupti is trying his best. Will be able to take him down. Rohit will go down. Aaron still holding on. He will be brought down, but the gems goes down as well. Midnight Zephyr, they start down the countdown.
And they just gotta run. Ryohei not able to get close thanks to Jordan. And the countdown actually got reset just for a while. But I think this round is pretty much done, right? Midnight Zephyr looking for the first blood. Aaron, it has a flank. He's on that Stu, but you cannot find any way in. Could the Ace give some assistance with the airstrike? They're going for response and they can actually get it. They're trying to steal the gems away. Rising Sun Esports getting the big turnaround. Midnight Zephyr not able to run the clock. And Rising Sun Esports now get their own countdown going. 16 gems in the bag, and 10 of them are in Wahochi. And we thought Midnight Zephyr drew first blood, but Rising Sun Esports make sure that if you are playing against them, they make it clear who is the superior team. And I think match 1 is done and dusted. What an opening to our first series.
Definitely an opening to the series. I was a bit stunned just looking at how Midnight Zephyr, they had the advantage, they had the gem, they started countdown like twice.
Yeah.
But then they dropped the ball. They dropped the momentum. They lost map advantage. They gave a lot to Rising Sun Esports where they can push freely. They're not afraid at all.
And I tell you, that's what we discussed. That's what we pointed out, right?
Yep.
Like, Rising Sun Esports can run at you. And also, they drew Kudies away. The airstrike did not protect Response, who was the gem holder. And now we're in this predicament where Ryohei somehow managed to cut into that backline.
Yep.
One of the strongest positions available, doesn't even need the super just yet. He is manhandling everyone from Midnight Zephyr. And despite Kuti Ace's best efforts, he's only good for 1, and Aaron has already gotten 6 of that gem.
Yeah, Kupti Ace, a lot is on his shoulder. He needs to protect the line. He needs to hold the fort for his team. Meanwhile, Jordan and Respawn, they have to protect Kupti Ace whenever Kupti Ace goes aggressive here, but Rohit sidestepping around the roses around Kupti Ace. Finally, Kupti Ace will be able to bring him down.
Oh, this time they finally get Aaron again. The countdown has started. but they have 2 members to protect. Rising Sun Esports, they just need to take down Kudiace, and they will solve a lot of the problem. They reset the countdown, get airstrike. This time, the grab from Jordan is good. Ryohei going in with a super, tries to reset it, doesn't find it, but they just need Jordan. Oh, Kudiace, they don't find it this time. Midnight Zephyr pushes us all the way to a 3rd match. And I love this. I am loving what we're getting right off the gate. Right to the edge.
Definitely right towards the edge, into the gate. As I say, out of the frying pan into the fire. Definitely, this is what we are getting among these 2 teams. And I think for the side of Midnight Zephyr, they do have a bit. They have a bit of correction they need to do. The positioning of Jordan, he needs to understand how aggressive Rising Sun Esports is, and Wahochi able to take down the first blood. But Jordan, he has to play that anchor. He has to position himself properly, because if he's out of position, the last play that they did was a bit dangerous for him, because if he got too aggressive and Rising Sun Esports able to push on top of him, that's it. They might drop the dram and they might repeat the same mistake in the first match.
It's already 7 gems. I mean, Midnight Zephyr, this is at least the 3rd time that they are in this position. Meanwhile, Hochi is doing a lot of work on his own and still gets rid of Jordan. And with now, in this case, Ryohei is just going to go in, takes the bow super, and that is good. For Midnight Zephyr, they are able to temporarily push Aaron away. They set up the supers, those landmines, and it's going to buy some space for themselves, but it is a long uphill climb to get those gems into an even spot. And we've seen what Hoshi can do. He gets the super, he dive bombs in, he destructs your backline. And this is a formation that cannot be broken. And now they stick together like glue. They get rid of Ryohei one more time. And they make sure that Aaron cannot get close to the last gem, but he's going to sneak it with the Stu. While Hoshi goes down, but Midnight Zephyr has a lot of work to do. Cool the Ace, he's just going to send himself straight towards the backline, but it's going to take a long time because while Hoshi just came back to life, and we have 6 seconds left. While Hoshi grabs the kill onto Jordan, without the Genie, you got no grab. And Rising Sun Esports starts it off in a very close, but still victorious set.
Yeah, just looking at this set alone, the 3rd round, I feel like Midnight Zephyr, they have a bit of communication breakdown between the players itself, like how how everything is being happen right in front of them. Like, yeah, it is the microseconds itself that they have the reaction, but just looking at how the positioning, it was a bit slightly weird. Like Aaron has their own matchup to go. Aaron's like, oh, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, but I feel like the in-game leader or someone, they have to step up. They have to like put on commander, right? They have to address. Rohi is doing something. Wahochi, you have to keep it in check. Aaron, you have to have the in-game leader that speaks volume to the team, like telling the whole team like what to do. It feels like, Coup Days is going up towards the backline, as you can see, but there's no reaction from the teammate itself. It feels like there is a bit of awkward breakdown there, but I'm gonna hope that they fix it, especially on Brawl itself, because it's much more chill, it's much more relaxed. I have emphasized multiple times, and I think you will be sick of me saying multiple times that Brawl is it. I have never taken Brawl seriously, because Brawl,
I mean,
it's a fun mode.
Well, I mean, so my question to you is: were you playing for $16,000, buddy?
If every single set is a Brawl, sure.
No, the point is, this could cost you a chance to get, let's not talk about the price, right? To even qualify, right? Again, like I do concur, sometimes I take it with a grain of salt. I think it's a very fun mode. It's my favorite mode. But when you put yourself in a competitive setting, I feel like that fun goes out the window, right? You have to enjoy the game, but you also have to play to win. I think in this case, for Midnight Zephyr, I don't think they've, well, I don't want to say this, but they probably don't have as much to lose compared to Rising Sun Esports. I think we had this conversation just now during the break where you were saying that Zeta Division, they dropped a game against Fluffy in that Group A. But even then, a lot of things is on the line. The pride is on the line. The region is watching. I think you can say the same for Rising Sun Esports. Right?
Yeah, definitely Rising Sun Esports. They just need to do what they are doing. They just keep up the momentum, keep up what they have in mind, the way how they dissect the section. Just looking at how Midnight Zephyr is being played. Just understanding how the movement, like we all can see it. Rising Suns Esports, they are breaking down Midnight Zephyr bit by bit. It's a very slow process, but then they are simmering the meat itself. They are cooking the barbecue. They are layering the sauce itself. But they understand how to prepare and how to execute Midnight Zephyr. They definitely understand that concept. They have, well, honestly, they have went up against Midnight Zephyr. Not under the same name or the same organization.
It's a long history, right?
Yep. So they definitely understand how to go up, especially against playdays, especially Response. Jordan is someone new to them, but the way how they understand, and look at the lineup from Rising Sun Esports. They did not differ at all.
Yeah, well, except for one pick, right?
Yeah,
Right? They took something away from Midnight Zephyr. But aside from that, we still see the exact same style, just like you said, what they want to go for. Midnight Zephyr bringing out the Surge. And at least for me, what I remember is we only saw Surge once in Brawl Ball, and I think it was brought up by Zeta Division 0.
Yep.
I can't really put my finger on it, but it's Zeta Division 0, right? So they only played Surge, and they were the only team that decided to play Surge in Brawl Ball. And obviously it worked out at that time. But looking at the rest of Midnight Zephyr, we see, you know, the Spike, we see the M's. But something tells me that we might see the same aggression from Rising Sun Esports, where they just Beyblade towards you, they just drop the Zukas, you know, from the top of the skies. Midnight Zephyr again bring us something that does scale the longer the game goes on, does come online in the form of Response. They have decent zone control, but getting through Rising Sun Esports frontline is going to be the first challenge, and I think Kudiace has done it pretty well.
Yep, definitely give props to Midnight Zephyr to be able to break down Rising Sun Esports. But on the barbecue, Rising Sun Esports, they brought in the cheese. They brought in this plate of cheese that we actually have seen it.
Hold on. Who puts cheese on barbecue? Like, what kind of barbecue have you been having, and what store did you went to? I'm leaving a negative review. We do not put cheese on barbecue. Can you imagine if you're in Texas right now? They would kick you out.
Cheese goes with crackers, but
yeah, well, you don't put cheese on barbecue. You can't change the subject.
I was about to go to it. The reason why they bought the Janet on, because it happened in Group A.
Right.
What happens is Janet brings up the ball. He kicks up front. He just need to fly in front to grab the ball. So it's a self pass, you know. It's like normally you don't see a greedy player, but Wahochi has to play the greedy player. He has to pass the ball to himself to score.
Yeah, you know what they say, right? If you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. I'll do the pass, I'll do the collection, I'll shoot it. I'll shoot it if I have to. We saw Midnight Zephyr get control early on, but Rising Sun Esports kind of neutralized it. And I think this definitely benefits them a bit more, right? They were able to send the ball onto Midnight Zephyr's side of the court, and Wahochi again with the airstrike, trying to get rid of Kudiace. So at least, you know, just break them apart and like that. Ryohei sneaks through, and the Beyblade was enough. They're just gonna get this in. It's gonna be the first goal, and Ryohei knows this. It's just, yeah.
Wow.
This is what we love about Brawl Ball. You can't do this anywhere else.
Yeah, true. Brawl Ball, a lot of mind game. As I have emphasized, it's more of a fun game. This is where you are able to dissect, you are able to bring down your enemy. Well, not on the game itself, but also on the mental game itself. But it's an open goal. Kudiace will be able to score. Ties things off 1-1. 50 seconds left. Most likely the teams will force this to overtime. But Rising Suns, they are losing brawlers.
They actually are. Well, they get a decent trade back. Luckily, Aaron is still there. So the pass just comes right through. We get kind of the neutralization again. Ryohei just now used his super. But this is what makes it scary for me. At least if you're a Midnight Zephyr fan right now. Because when Wahochi and Ryohei gets their super online, that ball is going into the goal. It's very hard to stop it's impossible to stop Wahochi. And even so, Ryohei, we can just roll at you. Midnight Zephyr, they do not have their supers ready. This is going to be a bit tight, and Kiti Wahochi is really going to work. Kudiace isolated, they try to get him away. Ryohei now has the ball, shoots it, catches forward, but Wahochi was not able to receive it, and now Response able to get himself that upgrade on the surge, but traces slide back, and we got 20 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, definitely 20 seconds left for Rising Sun Esports. They don't have the ball advantage. This might go into.
We might have to
a
replay this
draw.
round.
Yeah, they might have to replay this round, but just looking at the defense coming from the Midnight Zephyr, it's so strong. It feels like the saying, the unstoppable force meets the immovable object. So the immovable defense from the side of Midnight Zephyr,
Yeah.
it's quite strong. It's like the way how they play defense is strong, but they might be lacking slightly on the attacking side, the way how they can go aggressive. Unless they go all in, the Hail Mary, they have to go all in towards the backline and they might just take that gamble. But Rising Suns Esports, their attacks is strong, but they are the opposite. They are lacking slightly on the defense. But look at this.
I mean, you do not need the defense. Well, in this case, right? If you get that early lead, then it kind of gets nullified. I think we get the idea, you know. You can see what Codius is trying to do, just put himself forward. They get a decent trade-off. But I believe this round has ended.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
On the line.
Woo! That was almost an own goal.
Yeah.
Right there.
It almost gave me a heart attack, but Wahochi will be able to trade against Respawn. Aaron sitting quite low, but they have to be careful. Codius will be able. No, sorry, Jordan will be able to take Wahochi down. Means that a 2v3 situation. Right, Suns Esports dropping like flies. Has to be a bit more careful.
Yeah, this is way too close for comfort again. Ryohei not winning that one. Midnight Zephyr just get the staggering going, but unfortunately, again, no progress, right? They don't really have the mobility to move up forward, so Rising Sun Esports, they just go for the respawn, and in this case, they get a decent trade. Wow, not decent already, Ryohei. Oh, they get the ball pass, the aerosol spray from Codius, not enough, Ryohei just goes for the long shot, and scores it from half a court.
Yeah.
And that's match 1 for Rising Sun Esports.
Yeah, definitely scores from the half of the field itself. That's a long shot itself, and then the angle itself was
That was perfect.
Yeah,
I would not have thought of that.
It's like it's calculated. You know, you play pool and then you take a ruler and try to aim for the line.
Yeah. So what I do with pool as Rising Sun Esports, but to get the first goal in, what I tend to do is you know like amateur pool players, that people will start learning how to play it. They use their arm or something to like you get the what do you call the coordinates.
Yep.
And I think this round might have ended faster than it started, right? I mean, we took way too long. Possession again in the hands of Ryohei. He's having a lot of fun. You can see that.
Yeah, he's bouncing the ball off the wall, off the obstacles itself, and just hitting around. He's having fun. That's the whole objective of Brawl Ball. It's not about scoring. Well, winning is winning, but having fun along the way, that's a surplus.
That's what I've been saying, right? That's what I've been trying to tell you, but you're telling me, no, yeah, we don't really care about the win part. It goes hand in hand. Well, in the case it does. Wow, the match hasn't ended yet, but it sure will in 1 minute and 20 seconds if Midnight Zephyr doesn't get the overtime going. They're able to just barely hold on, and even when they win this kind of exchanges, you can see that the members are pretty low. Well, Wahochi does go down, but someone needs to retrieve the ball, and in this case, it has to be a response. He does get the upgrade, so they can hunt down Ryohei, and Midnight Zephyr finally making some progress.
Yeah, progress from Midnight Zephyr. Can they score? They will be able to score. That's a draw, 1-1. Still a chance. 50 seconds on the clock. I'm not sure. Is it Rising just having fun and playing around, or they're just waiting for a reset? They're waiting for the time where they open up this whole map to themselves, but they're not touching the ball.
I mean, Jordan actually didn't. I expected the super to land in the middle where the ball is, but could be him tapping instead of positioning it properly. But to get the super for Kuti Ace, and of course response comes in for the rescue. Unfortunately, Wahochi has the super. Response funnel to a center, and I think Kuti Ace also goes down. They were able to get rid of Aaron, so we are definitely looking at an overtime. And once more, it's down to the wire, but. This time, I think it's going to be slightly tougher for Midnight Zephyr to hold on to this. We're back to where we were before, but we've seen them do this defense, and we've seen this exact offense, this exact attack pattern from Rising Sun Esports. While Hoshi gives his life away, Ryohei retrieves the ball, but they cannot find a way forward.
Yeah.
Oh!
That's close. All three brawlers from the side of Midnight Zephyr is quite low. Rohe might be able with the firepower of Hochi, but can they bring them down? But a reset. All the brawlers are up. There are someone in the healthy region for some of them except Rohe, but 20 seconds left.
Oh, here he
Kinda
goes.
stalemate, but this could be the opening for the side of Resistance Esports. Aaron have the ball, pass it up right in front, but what deny?
Lovely. Lovely one from Response. It uses his body to block this on Aaron. He has the supercharge, does not retrieve the ball in time. And we're getting another replay. Why? I love this. You know, more Brawl Ball, more fun. Despite this replay, well, this is gonna happen. Midnight Zephyr are still behind, right? They have not won anything. We played 3 matches of Brawl Ball. 2 of them were draws. And by the end of that, being Rising Esports still needs to win 1 more. Just one more. So we're going to go into match 4 of Brawl Ball. And if you wonder why is it a match 4 in a best of 3 set while 2 of them were draws, I mean, this is way closer than I could have anticipated. But then again, I don't expect anything less from these experienced chaps. And I say that Ryohei tries to walk it down, doesn't get it.
But oh no, Hochi, he might have it. Just need to clear the obstacles that is response. But Coup Ace got the ball back. Aaron tried to fend it off. You will be able to send the ball on towards the side of Midnight Zephyr. Jordan will be able to pick it up. But Coup Ace, he will have the backline by sitting quite low roll. He might be able to bring him down with the help of Aaron. There he goes, spins around, but response back. So now I have a question. Just look at how Resistance Esports is playing. It feels like, I'm not sure are they intentionally prolonging the game just that they are able to break down Midnight Zephyr, but it feels like Midnight Zephyr at the same time is like the longer the game goes, it kind of hurts them a bit more.
Well, some teams it's a war of attrition. And Ryohei that does lose his life again. Response being the hero, kind of holding the fort for the team. This is probably the longest time in the game, which is 1 minute and 30 seconds that we've gone without a single score. It's kind of heading down the road of overtime. The ball is on Midnight Zephyr's side, but that means that they gotta play the same defense strat, right? Just keep Rising Sun Esports away from the ball. Hoshi once more trying to play that separation with that super, but it's gonna drop right down to Cody Ace's face. Still gets the kill alongside Aaron, but Jordan able to send that ball far into the court. Now Midnight Zephyr puts himself in a more comfortable position.
Yeah, Rising Esports, they managed to cover the map, but Aaron pops the super. This is the time. This is the calling for them. Hochi still holding on to the ball. The ball is in a neutral area, but slightly on the Midnight Zephyr side. Hochi, the only one alive, but response! Go in and clear the map! Kupti Ace, Jordan respond. They are waiting for the overtime to go for the golden ball. They might be able to do this, but
Jordan, he has a super, watch out!
Can they bring him down?
He was looking for the angle, but he got brought down before he could shoot the ball and get a response once more. It's between him and Ryohei. He dodges that! And Response makes such an incredible game. He dodges everything. Does lose his life, but once more, Midnight Zephyr bought time. And I think Response has played a phenomenal set so far on Brawl Ball. His surge, the timing on this guy is impeccable. 35 seconds. And we look at another draw. I mean, we can go on this the whole night. I do not mind. Just give me 10 draws on Brawl Ball. Kudiace against Aaron. Aaron loses that one. Ryohei now passes the ball to Hoshi. You gotta watch out. He has the super bar charge up. Do not let them cross that danger zone. Response now is ready. They're gonna pass the ball forward. Kuti Ace has his as well. They take down Ryohei. Super out. Aaron tries to play. Jordan fights it all the way to the end, and the match is done. Midnight Zephyr scores the second one.
Yeah, Midnight Zephyr, third time the charm, and definitely third time the charm. They managed to tie things off, but we are going to match 5, is it?
Match 5, yes.
Yeah, match 5. Match 5 out of the best of 3.
Yes. If you wonder how this happened, do not ask.
Yeah,
mathematics does not apply.
Yeah, mathematics doesn't apply to this, especially to these two teams. The rivalry is long, but Can see how the ball is still in the neutral area, but the brawlers on the side. All right, Midnight Zephyr is all gone, and Rohit so fast, and they're able to score. That's the advantage. Cause if Rising Suns Esports scores one more, and that's it. Midnight Zephyr will drop the map to the Rising Suns Esports.
Yeah, then there will be a series point, right? I mean, this is a very dangerous spot for Midnight Zephyr to be in. I mean, Response running out of gas right now, going down. Kudier just trying to buy time by sending the ball forward, use the super, but I think it might be over soon. They're gonna get rid of Real Hair, super pass up to Aaron! And Aaron just makes the score the goal of his life. And all of that that we experienced, this roller coaster ride comes to an end. And I tell you, let me tell you right here the secret of Rising Sun Esports, right? Look at the portrait of these guys. What do you see? You see the difference? I think Midnight Zephyr looks a bit too nice. Rising Sun Esports looks a bit too fierce. Come on.
I will agree
they
that
stare into your soul.
I agree to that, but just looking at Rohit, the longer I look at him,
Hey. Don't say anything about my boy Real Hair.
No, I was talking about Aaron. Sorry. The more you look at him, the more
eats
it
into
feels
you.
like it's intimidating. But the longer that I look at him, it feels like he's I don't call him an internet troll.
What do you mean internet troll? Come
No,
on.
it's like a type of guy that he'll play around with you. He just joke around with you.
Well,
but at the same time, the moment you need him to be serious, he can
Yeah.
be serious. But that he just gave me the vibes that he's able, just fool around. I feel like if Rising Esports win, I might ask them like, who is the one that is always the one that plays?
Who's the class clown, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked to Aaron before, so we kind of know what goes on. But I mean, if you just see the player hit shots for the first time, I feel like you would be like, oh my god, this guy is scary. But we guarantee you, that's not the case at all. These guys are probably one of the most humble people I've ever met. So contrary to their looks, we're gonna put that aside because I think at the end of the day, it still comes down to the gameplay, right? You can look as intimidating as you want. You can look as as cool as you want. But if you can't win, doesn't really matter. This is the potential final set of our first best of our first series, of our first best of 5. Kaboom Canyon, going to Heist. I'm getting a bit worried right now for Midnight Zephyr because if their best on Brawl Balls just now was quickly shut down by Rising Sun Esports in the subsequent match, they gotta play it to perfection.
Yeah, they have to play this to perfection. And I think before the whole series started, I think we were talking about Heist as well. We're talking about the potential that Nani brings to the map. Like, do you expect that to be brought out by Rising Sun Esports and Midnight Zephyr? It depends on which team wants to pick it up.
I feel like it makes it makes more sense for Rising Sun Esports to go for it, right? But again, Rising Sun Esports have shown us that they are not afraid to throw their bodies at you. So if they stick to the same lineup that we saw in the first two sets, I won't be complaining at all. Midnight Zephyr, Lola, Gil, some sort of damage output, some sort of utility. But I wonder if it kind of will stop Rising Sun Esports from going what they've already went with. I believe Daryl was one of the more popular brawlers that has been used in the Split 1 and Split 2 finals, where you see Heist, people pick Daryl, they roll in, and they just completely, just brutalize the save. Rising Sun Esports, well, they have to pick their next 2 brawlers, so Midnight Zephyr gets to see what it's all about before they decide who they want to go for, and the Eve gets picked up by Rising Sun. That's kind of a curveball.
I'm trying to recall from Group A because I remember they picked up the Eve quite a lot, but I'm trying to recall what actually happened with the Eve. If I'm not mistaken, they were able to use the Eve as a zoner. You zone out a lot of brawlers, zone out like advancements, and you're keeping brawlers in check.
He's here.
And there you go! Rising Suns Esports playing the meta. Picking up Nani is like, you have to be careful with Nani's super because the moment that the bot comes out, that's it. It's like,
Yeah, well,
do you want to defend or do you want to let this rat appear and comes and hit your save.
And that's where the Daryl comes in, right? You said that one of the solutions, because if you're a man with pride and ego, dying to Nani's bot is it breaks you as a person. But you also said the second solution is to face tank it, right?
Yep.
And initially Lola and Gil, they don't have the health to do it. You just instantly explode, but Daryl does. And that's the advantage of being able to see the full draft before going for that last pick. I think this Daryl has an important task.
Yes.
But now the question that it begs is the responsibility too much? You have to be the one to hit the save. You have to be the one to face tank the Nani super. And there's only so much you could do. Well, right off the bat, Jordan is already out of the picture.
Yeah, Rising Suns Esports looking super
My
comfortable. And
well, if that's the beginning,
Yeah.
I am very worried right now.
yeah, I am super worried. I'm not sure why they are committing it alone. Like look at response. Goes in, try to go for the Nani, but
Yeah, well, again, right? He has done this, right? He dives into you, he gets a super, dives into you, kills you, or do damage. And of course, if you have the Eve, you float on water. Like, the terrain does not matter to you. I mean, Hochi has so much more space to work with, and on top of that, you have this abundance of utility that this Brawl brings
here
to the
comes the
table.
bot.
And well, I guess even Daryl has problems right now with the bomb.
Yeah.
They get rid of Hochi, but this is not defense against Rising Sun Esports. This is defense against, here he goes, Hochi, yeah, more damage. This is defense against utility. You're getting zoned back by mini hashlings from Hochi.
It feels like whatever that is happening on Midnight Zephyr's side, I feel like they are getting demolished, they are getting punished every single move, every single time. Look at this, one by one. It feels like we have a barbecue buffet line, and just looking at how Rising Suns Esports.
Nice try, Aaron.
I'm not sure.
See, here's the thing. So every time Real Haze sees the members of Midnight Zephyr show up, and he's like, alright, I'm off.
It's a safe race.
It looks like a race. It is a race, right? But Aaron, they're holding the fort. They're gonna respawn on the side of Midnight Zephyr. Or Jordan is going to work. Who the A is going for it as well. This is actually closer than I thought it was. They push Hochi away. The defense doesn't come true. Midnight Zephyr actually somehow does it.
What?
What?
Yeah,
I was about to say that, okay, you have the Daryl, but he has very short range, and it's tough to deal with all the long range from Rising Esports. But we forgot to take into account is that Hochi, not Real Hey, yeah, sure he can super and just bomb rush to save, but he doesn't have the most damage output per second.
yeah.
Right? So Midnight Zephyr just bomb rush to save.
The DPS from Rising Suns not that impressive, especially on Rohi himself, but they have to do with what they can. But it feels like Midnight Zephyr might finally figure out a solution to the problem that they're having. There's a buffet line. What do? We just keep feeding it until like there's an opening. There's like overwhelming where utility is being used. Everything is being spanned from the side of Rising Suns Esports, and it feels like Rising Suns Esports, it might be deja vu, they might be just going for it, but I'm not sure. They have to finally their takedown response. I was a little bit worried at how they are going to deal with response. Jordan goes down, Rohi will be able to retreat.
This is a Midnight Zephyr just playing a fantastic game, kind of figuring out that, alright, I mean, you want to jump past us and go to our save? Yeah, sure thing. I mean, you can have it, but then your defense is severely weakened. Realhead, he just came back, but oh my god, that save is understaged. Response getting a quick kill on the Realhead. They're still alive, and Midnight Zephyr looking for that very first round, first match, and actually find it.
Wow, Midnight Zephyr able to pick up their first point, and that stop
Yeah, we got a series on our hands.
Yeah.
Right? And no, Midnight Zephyr finally getting something done.
Mhm.
And I would say in a very convincing fashion, right? We spoke about some of the brawlers that we want to see. We want to see the Nani on Rising Sun Esports side. We wanted to see the Daryl getting picked up also by Rising Sun Esports, but was eventually taken by Midnight Zephyr. But the win, the 2-0 win, that is impressive. This reminds me of the team that I have seen a year ago that was able to at least put up a decent fight. And now we go to our 4th set of the series.
Yeah, 4th set itself. Can Midnight Zephyr bounce back? You know, the buffet has been cleared off. The meal has been swept
Are we going
off.
to dessert?
Yeah, might be dessert, but will Midnight Zephyr be the one serving dessert to Rising Sun Esports? We have to find out. But just looking at how Midnight Zephyr they are playing, it kind of shows the cracks, the slight cracks in Rising Sun Esports. They might finally, you know, crack the egg and figure out, oh, this is how you peel off the egg. Is how that.
Have you tried it before? I know I see this a lot on the internet nowadays, where people do live streams of them just peeling off the shell of the egg.
Yep.
And then you just leave the membrane intact.
Yes.
Yeah. It piqued my interest. Like I've seen a lot of educational videos and getting to the membrane without having to peel off the shell one by one. I believe you use
Salt water.
Right, vinegar. Right, vinegar.
Yeah.
Vinegar is the one thing, right? Vinegar dissolves the calcium carbonate inside the shell. So that's kind of how it is done. But you know, I'm not gonna get too far into scientific terms because I think that we're gonna end up confusing our audience. But right now, you know, we going to set number 4. I think this is gonna be very interesting.
Yeah, set number 4 will be definitely interesting as we go to Battle Rock. It's if you say Battle Rock fast 5 times fast enough, you might get a different name of it. But Rising Sun Esports going up against Midnight Zephyr. Could this be the bounce back from Midnight Zephyr? We have to take a look at the brawlers that's being picked up. They picked up the ear. It looks fine, but Rising Sun Esports, they have to be a bit more careful this time to go up against Midnight Zephyr. Can they bounce back? Because definitely looking at how Rising Sun Esports was playing the last map at Kaboom Canyon Heights, it went quite well in the early stage for the side of. It went quite well for Rising Sun Esports, but later on, the moment that Midnight Zephyr finally figure out the crack, as I was saying, they are able to break down. They are able, you know, as you say, sure, you jump to a save, go for the poke onto it, but in the end of the day, Midnight Zephyr damage output, they have more damage output.
Yeah, and I think going into this one for Battle Rock, I think Knockout is probably one of the most brutal game mode, at least for me, because you know, like, we are so used to coming back after getting taken out, and Knockout doesn't allow you that. A lot of utility. While we see the healing, we see the front line from Midnight Zephyr. Rising Sun, wow, the Grom is out. Another pick that I think is pretty obscure overall, but it got me to Knockout. I think that's a pretty smart pick. Play that long range, right? If you can just pelt Midnight Zephyr with artillery from afar without letting them get close to you. I think Grom is a good addition. Genie allows you to get the pick off. This is perfect.
I agree on some parts from with you on Rising Sun Esports lineup brawler itself, but looking at Midnight Zephyr, the moment they pick up Pam, I kind of expect what is happening. They're gonna play the later game. They're gonna wait for the Poison Cloud to come in. Where, you know, the long range doesn't really matter. We're just gonna, you know, take that risk. Midnight Zephyr, they are calculating the risk factor that they have. They have to survive the initial onslaught. After surviving that, they might have the bigger advantage where they are able to knock out brawlers from Rising Sun Esports. But we have to see, just looking at the brawlers it might be 50-50, but for me, I favor Midnight Zephyr slightly.
Yeah, well, so what you're trying to say is Midnight Zephyr are trying to drag the game out, right?
Yes, yes.
But again, we are talking about these long-range artillery for Rising Sun Esports. They kind of stop them from playing a safe game, right? Real Haze, projectile goes through wall. You know, the Genie can kind of grab you with a super, while Hoshi can just run at you when he has his super. So at the end of the day, if you want to play safe behind terrain, it feels like it doesn't really matter against the members of Rising Sun Esports. And we saw in that first round that it completely nullifies whatever Midnight Zephyr wanted to do.
Ooh.
And again, this Real Haze throwing out the super to completely obliterate Midnight Zephyr. And it's a pretty hard round to watch because this first match is already done. This first round is already done.
Yeah, it's done and dusted. And just looking at how Rising Sun's esports, they just charge ahead. Like every projector comes in, it's like a sequence. You know, when you see those, I don't know what, like those videos where you know the sequence of 1, 2, 3 comes in a very
Tell a story in 3 pictures.
Yeah, it comes in very like you know automated. You know, just look at how Rohi throws out Aaron, then Vahochi. It feels like, where do you run? You run left, you're gonna get hit. Run right, you're gonna get hit. You stay there, you're still gonna get hit. But looks like Midnight Zephyr, they turn the aggression around. Vahochi sitting quite low, but there will be a trade for Coop T. Ace, Respawn, and Jordan. They have Vahochi cornered. Oh.
Yeah, this is gonna be the first round over to Midnight Zephyr. All started with, I believe, the pickup onto Aaron.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, so pretty well done from Midnight Zephyr. Response basically just brute force his way with the Pam. But again, the damage from Rising Sun Esports is something that you always have to be careful. Oh, Vahochi just goes straight for
Wow.
Ace. Just blows him up point blank. And just like that, we're gonna go to round number 3 for this second match. Response not able to hold on for any longer, and they grab him back, they finish him off. And this is Rising Sun Esports saying that we are 1 round away from winning the entire series.
Yep.
So if Midnight Zephyr wants to stay in the game, they gotta start winning the match first.
Yeah, it's all in the hands of Midnight Zephyr. But talking about the Grom, does have a slight buff, I would say, to its damage on the projectile. It does a bit more damage compared to last time. If I'm not mistaken, it's 22% on the stats itself, and it deals a bit more damage. It's 1 projectile lesser to kill, basically.
Oh yeah, again, they get the pick of once more Coup the Ace down. And unfortunately for Response, he's trapped. And this is the Miracle March. You know, Rising Sun Esports just doing an incredible run, incredible game so far. I think set 4 kind of done and dusted at this point. Rising Sun Esports make it all the way to the next stage and put themselves 1 series away, 1 best of 5 away from Challenge Finals.
Yep, definitely. And just to give everyone a slight recap from Group A itself, right? Zeta Division 1, they are expecting Rising Suns Esports and Blood Diamond to make it into top 4 with them. They're putting a pressure onto Rising Suns Esports and Blood Diamond because they are expecting them. You know, well, Rising Suns Esports, 1 step in already, you know, half of the foot into that circle, but they still have to wait for the second series, which is up next between Blood Diamond and Team Wood. So Blood Diamond, not to put pressure onto them, but the odds for them, I still say it's 80% to 20, where everyone has 25% as the individual team.
Right.
But the moment you go to a matchup, the odds, the stats all changes itself.
Yeah, I mean when the top teams, when the kings expect you to be there, you better be there. And I think I would think from a different perspective that is less of a pressure and it's just Zeta Division believing in how strong Blood Diamond and Rising Sun Esports are to make it to top 4. And sure, by the end of the day, we'll be like, oh, from the entire Asia Pacific, the top 4 are from Japan. But that's how it is, right? We're gonna get the Royal Rumble of the of them again, and it's something that we have not been able to overcome, and for good reasons. But of course, all of this would not have been possible without our partners over at Snapdragon Elite Gaming when winning matters. And of course, gaming matters as well, and that's why winning is so important. But aside from that, we also have to extend our gratitude to Monster Energy from unleashing the beast within everyone. The players, us on the broadcast, and of course, the whole team behind the scenes. Check them out at www.monsterenergy.com/gaming.
Yeah, definitely. And for everyone who's watching, they want to know more, please join our Discord server for more information at discord.gg/Snapdragon Pro Series. They are able, to banter about some of the things that we talk about, and touching slightly back on the Zeta Division. The saying that they expect, you say the Kings expect the teams to attend, but it's more like they are actually looking forward to go up against.
I'm sure they do. They've been there a couple of times. Beat you 10 times, we'll do it for the 11th time. But that's something for the challenge finals. And for now, we're gonna stick to our GSL group stage, go for a short break, and we will come back for Blood Diamonds against Team Wood.
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming and Monster Energy.
Won't stop going till a player on top know it. Rooftop, penthouse, suite. If you really want it, gotta own it. Fight through it, we was at the lowest. Blood, sweat, tears, the components. Riding all year, now's the moment. We are not friends, we are opponents. Yeah, I'm coming for mine. Yeah, I'm making a play, the game on the line. Yeah, I've been on the grind. Yeah, I jump in the spot, I made it my time. Yeah, look in the sky. Yeah, the stars align, no shade to shine. Can't stop it already. Emotional work and devotion, we put in this time. Look, you won't stop.
Get it, I'm on the mission, snap any minute, casually winning. Stop tripping on me, stop dissing on me. Yeah, I got a dream, can't take it from me. My fire's burning, I'm always learning. Tell me where to go, man, I'm on a journey. Yeah, I can't explain it, I get excited. Keep it 300, King Leonidas. Strap in, cause it's gonna be a long ride. Working on me every single day and night. There comes a time when your worlds will collide. If it's holding you back, push it right to the side. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. I don't got the time, put me in, coach. I've been going hard, time to let it show. Everything raw, give it to me now. Let me have the spot, man, it's going down. Gotta get it here, I don't wanna wait. Take what I want, then I go train. Gotta get a win, I won't lose the game. This is my year, I ain't gonna break. Strap in, cause it's gonna be a long ride. Working on me every single day and night. There comes a time when your worlds will collide. If it's holding you back, push it right to the side.
On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal.
Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here.
On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal.
Welcome back to the Snapdragon Pro Series Brawl Star Challenge GSL or Group Stage. This is Group B, and we just witnessed our very first series between Rising Sun Esports and Midnight Zephyr in a 3-1 victory in Rising Sun Esports' favor. I'm Husky alongside Adrian. Now we're getting ready for the next series. It's gonna be between Blood Diamonds and Team Wood. But before that, again, we will be talking to one of the players from Rising Sun Esports in a bit.
Yeah, definitely we'll be talking. I feel like there's a lot of questions that we have for Rising Esports play and trying to understand what happened. But I feel like we do have the player already will be jumping in. Congratulations, Aaron.
Yeah, congratulations, Aaron. It's great to see you again. Now, I think this is probably the third time we're talking to you. But first and foremost, my friend here has a question to ask you about how much fun were you having. So, yeah, Adrian, go ahead.
Okay, so I think it's during the second map itself. Like, it took quite long. We went up to the 5th round itself. But how much confidence that you have going into the matchup between Rising Sun Esports and Midnight Zephyr?
まずはおめでとうございます。
はい、ありがとうございます。
次の試合に向けての自信のほどはいかがでしょうか。
そうですね。まあ今の試合をなんかもううまいこと持ってきたんで、まあやることやってちゃんと勝ち上がりたいですね。
Yeah, so even in this match, we were able to bring it to a win. So I think we're very confident, and I think we can win.
All right, and that's good to hear, right? Just confident as always. But I want to quickly divert a bit. I want to ask you. So, in your guys' photo shoot, you look the fiercest, right? Was there a reason behind that? You know, you look very nice in person, but in that photo, you look kind of scary, right? Like, is it a tactic to intimidate your opponents? You know, what's up with that one?
はい、写真、アン選手の写真が、なかなかいかつい、すごいパワーを感じるような写真だったと思うんですけれども、はい、これはこう敵を怖がらせるための作戦だったりしますか？
そうですね。やっぱもう勝負はプレーだけじゃないんで、もう写真の段階から始まってると思うんで、ちょっともう威嚇っていう意味でね、ちょっと撮りましたね。
Yeah, so I think that a battle isn't only when you play. I think it starts even before that. So yeah, the photo shoot was definitely planned out.
Yeah, what I told you, right? I told you it's all the mind games now. A final question before we let you off to celebrate this minor win. So next up we have Blood Diamonds against Team Wood. Which team do you think is going to win and face you guys later? And how confident are you to eventually win and proceed to the challenge finals?
次は、ブラッドダイヤモンドとチームウッドの対戦だと思うんですけれども、どちらが勝つと思いますか？また、チャレンジファイナルズに向けての自信はいかがでしょうか？
そうですね。まず次の相手は、多分ブロッドダイヤモンドが勝つと思います。やっぱ同じ日本のチームとして、応援してるのももちろんありますし、やっぱ実力的に見てもそっちは勝ち上がってくると思います。けどチャレンジは僕たちが勝とうと、勝たせてもらいます。はい。
Right, so I think Blood Diamond will win. Of course, as the same Japanese team, of course, I'm very encouraging to win as well. And regarding the challenge finals, of course, we will win and go.
All right, very simple and straightforward, just like what we expected. Thank you very much, Aaron, for being here again. I'm pretty sure we will talk to each other pretty soon if you are able to win your upcoming series. But for now, take a short break and we'll see you guys in a bit.
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
Well, so a battle is not only when you're playing. A battle is also when you're not playing. That's one of the most ghetto quote I've heard, which I think makes a lot of sense, right? Like you don't want to just show up and win the fight. You want to win the fight before you show up, and I think they've been doing a really good job. But now let's introduce the team that Aaron said is going to make it through, at least win this series. It's Blood Diamond, Ryu, Milk Grill, Mameshi, and Dempsey. And these guys again have been around for a long time. I mean, if we look at some of them, Dempsey and Mameshi, these guys have pretty darn experienced players, and I would say super good at what they do.
Yep, definitely Mameshi and Dempsey, they have a lot of experience under the belt. They have a couple of titles under the belt. They now represent Blood Diamond with Milk Rio and definitely they have, you know, a calling right now since that Rising's esports. They can't wait to face up against them, and they're also giving that support that it's super you know, looking at how the community, the way how the thing Brawl Stars happens in Japan, it's more about a community. Even though you're my competitor, but at the same time, I'm looking forward to go up against you. You have my support, but this time I'm looking at the players. They are ready. They are in the zone, but will Team Wood make the upset?
That is going to be an interesting question, right? We saw Midnight Zephyr able to take one set off of Rising Sun Esports, but now we go to Team Wood again. Some remnants of a world champion in this team, CZK, alongside Aaron, X9J, and Razel. So these guys, we've seen them in the in the split finals. They were not able to go very far, but they did just enough to qualify into the challenge GSL, and I think that's what matters the most. But of course, this time CZK will not be playing on this roster. And do you think that makes a big difference in the dynamic of Team Wood going into such an important series?
Well, I have to look at it in a two-way. Like right now, they're playing X9J, Aaron, and Razel. They, as I say, not playing CZK. CZK might be, transitioning towards more of a, coaching. CZK might be, transitioning towards more of a, coaching role. It's like, that's how you breed new blood. You definitely want your new talent come in, give it a try. Show what potential that you have and see what kind of composition. It might be, it throws off Blood Diamond slightly, unless Blood Diamond is already prepared. But just looking at how Team Woods they're gonna run with this lineup, it might be a bit of experimental coming in from Team Wood, but if it's all about the experience under the belt right now for Team Wood, because like the new kids in the block, some of them, they have to grab that opportunity. They have to be able to play with, profession, to understand that, because like no one becomes a pro the moment they touch the phone and jump in the game.
Of course. I wish that was the case. I've been holding a phone for half my life, and I can't even make it far enough in Brawl Stars. That's why I'm here on the desk. But we get the same map pool once more. It is the kind of the first bracket of this group. Just like what we saw, we had Chill Space, Sneaky Fields, Kaboom Canyon, Bell's Rock, and Dueling Beetles. And we made it as far as Bell's Rock in the first series, not able to cut it to to Hot Zone. But this one, I think, is going to be a killer, because last time when we talked to Team Wood, we actually talked to Aaron. And then we asked the Aaron from Rising Sun Esports, what do you think of your odds, right? If we put you guys in a ring, who is going to win? And Aaron, while Rising Sun Esports, Aaron says, I'm going to beat this guy hands down, right? I don't care about my doppelganger. So, Team Wood, the only chance for us to see that rematch is if Team Wood beats Blood Diamond, which I think is a very tall ask. But we look at the draft that they have, it's not the max that I'm surprised. It's what came after the max for Team Wood.
Yeah, definitely. But just looking at Blood Diamond as well, they pick out the Byron itself. Team Wood, they're running a bit of unorthodox lineup. They really trying their best to throw off Blood Diamond, but the Blood Diamond is not really that fast. Even though they picked up the Byron with the nerf itself, especially to the reload, the DPS is not really there, but it's still the very anchor defense that Blood Diamonds wants. And looking at how they are running with the lineup and the composition that hosts the whole Blood Diamond right now, it feels like they have aggression, they have defense. The only thing that they have to be careful is the reset time, because when Byron has to go for the reload, it takes slightly longer, so it forces an inactiveness of the lineup from Blood Diamond. Team Wood has to capitalize this. Team Wood has to put on all the aggression, really put a hold onto Blood Diamond and control the gem spawner.
And we'll see if that's to come true again. We, the BB is one of the few brawlers that you don't see often, right? When we talk about melee ranged brawlers, it's always going to be the Mortis. Sometimes we see the Rosa, but BB is kind of the odd one out there. And we saw Dempsey just now getting the initial kill. I mean, when you have Jay just running into you, I mean, you just pelt him with damage. Then again, Colette Super is something not to be underestimated. And we're seeing X9J having a really tough time getting job done. And Blood Diamond already up to 6 gems.
Yeah, Blood Diamond 6 gem on the hand, but Team Wood, they actually are playing CK in the lineup. Maybe he doesn't have his cam on. But,
Okay.
Blood Diamond, this is the line that they're holding. They're holding on this gen spawner. They're just pouting. They have the good defense. They are able to back off anytime. CCK will be able to go for the trade-off, but Dempsey sitting quite low mid. Riho has to back off and wait for Mameshi. Mameshi will try to join in, but CCK will be able to go for the pick-off. And it's one more gem for Blood Diamond.
Yeah, and Griff doing its best result. We just see the super come out, kind of the retracting cash, but what Colette Super able to do heavy damage to CZK, a good stun from Mameshi, keeping Razal in place, and finally he's again up to X9J, but there's an overwhelming damage from the side of Blood Diamond, stops him in his tracks. And I feel like this round 1 was kind of done and dusted from the get-go. It's just based off of what the interaction that we saw between the Colette and the BB.
Yeah, it feels like, as I was saying, for Blood Diamond, the lineup, it has everything that they need. It's very well balanced. Team Wood on the other end, it feels like they really have to go for this aggression. They really have to push on, commit all 5. X9J, I feel like it's important for X9J to get that window, jump really into it. They pick up Dempsey, they pick up 2, now they have the gen spawner. They have to make sure to keep the brawlers on the side of Blood Diamond in check, especially for Dempsey and Mameshi. You don't really see the Byron go up in front because he will be playing at the back as the anchor.
Yeah, and I do agree with the notion that you gotta keep this Colette in check, right? Normally when we look at G, it's always about the grab, the super that drags you back. It can really turn the tides around at the very end. And at the same time, I also feel like the properties of this Max and BB, they have to work together. You gotta get X9J in range for him to be effective, but so far we don't see the synergy. X9J going off on his own, trying to control the right side of the map, but it's just Dempsey brickwalling him, and every time Dempsey gets that super, he just wins the trade. So whatever control that Team Wood had early on, it felt like it didn't matter. 8 gems right now in Blood Diamond's pocket.
Yeah, I feel it's like it's over for the side of Team Wood. Blood Diamond does have it. They just did one more gem. They bring down one brawler. Razal sitting in a very awkward situation. He might be sandwiched, but Mameshi holding his line, going for the trade-off, but X9J finally able to take him down, but
they might be able to stop
too
this.
Late.
Yeah, Dempsey holding Razal back. X9J going for Milker. They want to go for the reset, and of course, one swipe of the bat does it. But then another problem is the countdown starts again.
Yep, the countdown starts again. CZK and Razal, they can't really do much. They have to wait for X9J to come back.
Oh, they might be able to get Rick Rogan again, another reset, and again. Dempsey this time grabs it. He's like, all right, I will do it. But Team Wood might have bought enough time. 2 more gems in 10 seconds. I don't think there's enough gems. They gotta force a 3rd reset. But I think their luck has run out at this point. If they cannot get Dempsey, they will not get the game.
Oh, really?
And actually, right in time! My goodness!
Right at the last
wow! Jay actually somehow does it. All right, 4th time that the countdown starts. And this time, the entirety of Blood Diamond is alive. 13 gems. Team Wood needs to get to Dempsey. They do not have the super on the max. They could not get Jay in range. And of course, they had to lose him in the process. Wow, what seems to be a close match
Yep.
ends up with Blood Diamond winning the set.
Yeah, it was close for Team Wood, but Blood Diamond, they recognize, they understand, they execute it. Well, they dropped the gem and was reset twice, but they understand that, okay, we can't put the gem on Byron, we have to switch it back, and Jeffy Dempsey, you know, he's like Thanos. It all feels I have to do it myself.
I'll do it myself,
yeah,
right? You know,
he
like-
definitely picks up the gem and he feels like, okay, this time I have to play slightly less aggressive. I don't really need to jump to the back line. I don't need to keep X9J in check. I don't need to keep any brawlers from side of Team Wood in check, where he can, you know, he can jump in, he can jump out, he can rotate around, move into safety, and I feel like, okay, they recognize that and they run with that, and we have to give props to Team Wood to tie things off. They managed to grab the 11 gem so that they are forced, Blood Diamond is forced to go for another gem.
Oh yeah, and I think, you know, props to Team Wood as well, right? They were able to at least force the constant reset and even got it to a tie, you know, for a couple of seconds.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, it was still Blood Diamond finding that edge that took them long enough, right? Team Wood made them work for it. But now with that game one, I think we go into sneaky feels for Brawl Ball. So the last one we saw went to 5 matches
Yep.
in the best of 3 because we had
Yep.
2 draws. Do you expect it to be the same? Like, what are the different dynamics that we can expect from these two teams in Brawl Ball? Because from the composition that we have seen, they bring in completely different playstyles.
Yep, definitely agree with you. Blood Diamond plays a different playstyle. They play, if I'm not mistaken, they play a bit more of a mobility. Definitely you see those, might be a Genie, you might see Stu, you might even see Pam, but it might not be. Even a Crow, they could pick it up. But for the side of Team Wood, what I will kind of expect them is they might go back to slightly. They can go cheesy. They picked up the Crow for Team Wood, so it feels like they want to jump the back line itself.
Yeah, that's
But-
one way to do it, right? You know, one of the fastest base movement speed in the game. I think Crow and Leon are 2 of that, but I generally don't see those 2 together. But you know, well, Crow, I believe, did get banned at one point in that first series. So right now we see the Byron once more going over to Blood Diamond. They decide that, you know what, we're gonna stick with the Byron. We give ourselves the Sandy this time. Give yourself the Sandstorm. One of the most classic way to navigate in Brawl Ball is to have someone that allows to hide the ball, and I think Sandy is perfect.
Yeah, it feels like Blood Diamond, they started off with very strong. Team Wood have to respond to this. They are taking their time. They are thinking about who to pick up for the brawler, and not really sure. Is that the answer to the lineup of Blood Diamond? Because Blood Diamond, they have no problem holding. They have, as I say, they no problem controlling. They have map control. They have survivability, sustainability. Team Wood definitely.
What if? Oh, I was thinking like maybe Team Wood can go for a max, and you kind of you can just try and run it down. It's one of the few cheese strats that we have seen, right? A max plus a juggernaut like El Primo or Frank, and you just bulldoze your way. But that's not the case for Team Wood. Blood Diamond, same draft. If it's not broken, we don't need to fix it. We get the Byron Colette. Well, instead of the Gene, we get the Sandy, but the core idea of the draft is still the same.
Yep, definitely agree with you, Blood Diamond. I think they have to be the lineup that they need to run. You know, if you have a general lineup that you always run as a 3-man party, like you kind of know, like if I am able to do it in every single mode, it keeps a lot of surprise, and it also shows that a lot of capability from the player perspective, and they got the ball. And they are playing super safe. They got the ball. They straight away kick it towards their side, towards on the right corner this time, and they are keeping Team Wood in check so that they are able to see what is their opening.
Yeah, well, we just see that. Oh, collapse! Oh my goodness, almost getting a double right there, but they were able to stop her in track, and now the Sandy Sandstorm is out. Rizal tries to go in for flurry of punches, but just does not have the HP to back it up. It's a good reset from Blood Diamond. Getting control again. Dempsey walks on forward. X9J gets pushed to the brink, controls his life, betrays it. Gets a 1-for-1 trade regardless. So no progress made on the side of Blood Diamond, but they're slowly creeping forward. Mameshi retrieves the ball only to get battered by Rizal on that Rosa. So it's going to be a very annoying frontline deal with X9J. Gets it, shoots it in. X9J, just with the acrobatic maneuvers, gets the first goal.
Yeah, X9J, as you were saying, just bulldoze all the way in. But I feel like this time, Blood Diamond has to be careful. X9J sitting at the back, Rosal trying to go for the push in, but the ball will be clear off towards the back line of Team Wood. But Dempsey is back, Mameshi is here, Rio is back as well, but Dempsey will go for the trade-off. He'll be able to take one down. CZK will have the ball on the left flank. So Rizal tries to open up, tries to go for that bulldoze, but Mameshi will be able to take him down.
Dempsey trying to go on X9J, catches him in the shadows. They actually do not have the ball in their possession though. This is good for Team Wood. Just gotta hold on for half a minute more, and there's no way for Blood Diamond to destroy any crates. So to get to that corner, retrieve the ball, send it out into the goal, it's gonna be almost an impossible task. And I think Team Wood, it's just gonna run on the clock. It's full control of the soccer ball right now. Blood Diamond can't get in.
No.
And this is gonna be first match for Team Wood.
Yeah, it could be for Team Wood, but they have taken down 2. But it will not matter as Team Wood ends with 1 goal. But Blood Diamond, now here's the problem. They pick a safe general lineup. They pick something that, as say, it's not broken, don't fix it. But this time, it's a problem.
Yep.
It's a problem that they have in hand that Team Wood is able to address. But Team Wood, they still have this climb. They need to keep Blood Diamond in check. They need to repeat what they were doing previously.
It's gonna be a tough task. I think a lot lies in Dempsey himself, right? You get those flanks up with the collide. I mean, if you have a Rosa running like that, it's pretty scary and intimidating. But Dempsey is always gonna be able to push the Crow away. CZK buys time. The slow is enough. Dempsey couldn't get the ball in. All thanks to all thanks to the Crow, the CZK, doing the job. So instead, Aaron is gonna be subbed out in this case, and we kind of need the savior of the team again. Rosa and X9J, Rizal. X9J runs down the members of Blood Diamond, and CZK does the easy job of retrieving the ball. Again, the neutralizer is right there. Team Woods keeping themselves right in the game.
Yep, Team Wood still holding on. Dempsey, he needs to get a pick off, but he has to be careful. The damage from the Crow, it might be enough, but Mameshi will take down X9J, but CZK will go for the trade against Mameshi, but Rizal will be able to bring him down. That is an open, but Mameshi coming back just right in time, but Rizal will be able to score. That's 1 goal ahead. He just needs to hold on to this advantage. 50 seconds left. Rio is the only one alive.
They might be able to score this on Rizal. Can they make it back in time? Yes, they can. The response is there because Mameshi retrieves the ball. But again, last 30 seconds. But unlike game 1, Blood Diamond actually has the ball with them. They can't even move on forward though. That's the big problem right now. The members of Team Wood, they're healing up. And that ball is now tucked in a corner nicely.
Yeah.
And we're looking at the equalizer in the series right now. X9J goes in, they just blow their supers and they run down the members of Blood Diamond. This round is done and dusted. And Team Wood finds the 1-1 equalizer in the series.
Yup, Team Wood very, very smart to put the ball at the dead zone where it's hard for Blood Diamond to even recover and try. And Team Wood recognize. Sure, you run with the same lineup. We're just gonna beat it down. We're gonna scramble it into a omelet and try to grab more wins instead of a 0. They get a 1. They tie things off on the board with Blood Diamond. And Team Wood bouncing back. And result, it's I was about to make a joke that he's so good that he went missing for that.
Yeah, well, to be fair, right? We saw Gem Grab just now. I think Aaron was playing instead of CZK, and then we were asking the question, and you said that maybe CZK was taking kind of a back seat.
Yep.
And he comes in for Brawl Ball, wins it, and tying up the series. So we're guaranteed, we're guaranteed four sets.
Yep.
In this case. But what a convincing win, though. I honestly can't believe that Team Wood were able to come up with that draft. I had my initial doubts, but the longer you go into the longer the game progresses, the more you realize that actually Blood Diamond don't have much damage that they can work with aside from that Colette. So next time we go into Heist, do you think it's going to be the same approach from Blood Diamond?
For Heist, the way I'm gonna look at Team Wood, I feel like they could bring out some unorthodox. We have seen how Team Wood, they went with a Frank before this. They could run with that if they want, but then it's a risk. It's a double-edged sword. Blood Diamond could recognize that and just try to get more of a damage brawler, more of DPS brawler. You just wait for the Frank to come in. If the Frank is not picked up, then it feels like Team Wood, they are able to dictate how the lineup, and they are able to dictate how the momentum, the tempo that is going to be happen in Heist itself. Of course, Blood Diamond, they kind of lost the advantage. Right now, they ran with the same lineup, well, with one brawler change, but they ran practically almost a similar lineup with the first map. But this time, I feel like they might want to change up some of the brawls that they have. Take out the Byron. Byron is slightly non-viable. I would say it sits at a very tier C or D on the brawl and on the brawler list itself. Of course, just because of that minor nerf, it kind of sets the brawler back in time. Because you use time, you really have this like few seconds of window opportunity that your opponent can really capitalize. So Team Wood, they just need to recognize this window and they really need to capitalize on that, and they are able to really put up a real fight, and Blood Diamond will get punished.
Yeah, and that's what you've been trying to emphasize, right? You pointed out the Byron nerf and how it makes him less viable when we first saw him in Chill Space. And game 2, it kind of slightly showed through a bit more, while we see the cracks. And Blood Diamond now forced to make kind of a change to how they draft. But for Team Wood, we're seeing the Lola, we're seeing the Darrow, kind of a flashback to what Midnight Zephyr picked as well against Rising Sun Esports. And I think this is going to be very interesting because the Blood Diamond, it's all about the long range. Piper, B, Eve, no one to frontline, but they sure as heck can keep you at bay.
Yeah, you can keep brawlers in check. For the side of Blood Diamond, Team Wood might just want to go all in, just tank up, face front the damage itself. But just Team Wood, I feel like Team Wood might have this advantage going in against Blood Diamond. They really need to figure out this sustainability. How are they going to survive the onslaught from Blood Diamond? But I think
there's some way to do it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have the Darrow to roll in. Now you have the Bell. You have the Lola. So you have this abundance of damage. But contrary to needing to take out the members of Blood Diamond and put that as a priority, this is all about the save. And what Blood Diamond screams to me right now is that they want to play and then they want to play really far back. You know, they don't want Team Wood to even have a chance to get close to them. But if Team Wood does, then Blood Diamond will find it pretty hard to clear them out. So it's all about winning these long-range fights, using that accuracy to your advantage. As you can see that X9J, he's completely caught out in the open. Blood Diamond needs to use this momentum to slowly inch forward and start landing shots on that save.
Yep, damage is there for the side of Blood Diamond. Team Wood, on the other hand, they try to see what is the position that they have. X9J make it through all the way, but he will be taken down. Managed to take down 8% of the Blood Diamond save. Still, damage output, as you say, damage output from Blood Diamond is super high. Team Wood don't really have the sustainability for this, but they are giving a try, and it's all on X9J trying to go for the backline. They open up the middle of the map. I want to say the only way that Team Wood wants to control is map control against this damage output. Because when you open up the map, sure, it gives you a bit more of a danger, but it's much more easier access for you to jump onto the brawler. But Blood Diamond, they were doing well with the damage, but they are not doing well making sure that the damage that they receive on their save is being, deflected. And X9J result, they have their eyes on sight. Dempsey trying to put some damage, but then will be traded off.
Yeah, and again, what we established is that sure, you have all these long range pokes, you have this instant burst of damage, but if Team Wood gets on top of you or gets close to you, the Blood Diamond lacks the utilities to get any clear done, right? We've seen X9J do this multiple times, and sure, he eventually goes down, but you do it long enough, you do it enough times, you're just going to get the lead. We're looking at Blood Diamond trying to cover almost a 40% deficit just now. They're making decent progress, but it's taken them too long. Unless they throw their bodies at the save, I don't think this can come true. And they just don't have the time. Dempsey, last ditch attempt, jumps forward. They're laying everything they can. But Team Wood have set up the foundation for success. And again, taking the first match away in the set.
Beautiful play from X9J. He recognized, sure, I'm gonna throw my body. I'm gonna die each time doing this. But he put up a point that I go down doing damage to the save. It's like, as long as I keep my team in advantage, ahead of Blood Diamond, I'm gonna throw my body each and every single time. So what Blood Diamond needs to do, keep X9J in trap. They have to recognize the moment X9J thinks about rolling in, they have to poke him. They have to keep him at bay, and this time,
they can't stop him though.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, you poke him, but the damage, right? For the side of Blood Diamond, it's all about that one big instance of damage, right? A burst. But when it comes to sustained damage to melt through this Darrow, I think that is the issue that Blood Diamond are running into. Yep. Though this round looks slightly better, they're getting some decent damage done on Team Wood's save, but remember what we saw last game, that can easily be covered. F9J gets on top of the save, so Blood Diamond always have to be on their toes, but they definitely are getting this draft done better than the previous game, and X9J is going to try and go in, get slowed down, and finished off.
Yep, X9J tried to do it again, but it feels like Blood Diamond, they kind of slightly figure it out, like, okay, we'll take one brawler dime, just keep themselves alive, do some damage, could be what they needed, but all the brawlers have to go for the reset. It is still in 10% advantage for the side of Blood Diamond, but oh no, Milk Rio goes down. There it goes, X9J will be able to go for a free hit onto the save, and everyone's just piling up the damage onto the save. That brings it down to 47%, and Blood Diamond lost the advantage. They have to figure how are they going to approach this. They take down Rosal. They have to take down X9J, because X9J rolls in damage after damage. He's just gonna pile it up.
This is such a menace.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one Darrow is ruining the match for Blood Diamond. And honestly, I think Team Wood are going to take the lead at the end of this. And this again, Blood Diamond put in a predicament where no matter what they do, this round has already been inscribed in Team Wood's victory. So they take the lead in the series, a 2-1. And I never thought I would say this, but we are leading. Well, at least Team Wood is leading the series.
I'm surprised, and I'm just looking at this. This could be an upset to Blood Diamond, and Team Wood, they are not out in the water yet. They still need to seal the 4th map to proceed and have their revenge, their rematch against Rising Sun Esports.
I'm okay. So here's the thing: if they make it through, right? Like if they beat Blood Diamond, that's gonna be strike 1. That's gonna be the first. One of the things that's gonna go down in history for a while, right? A Japanese team getting beaten. Second thing is, if they don't put Aaron against Aaron, I would be sorely disappointed. But they gotta win this one, right?
True.
Win the next one. We're going to knockout.
Yep.
And what we saw was very interesting draft from Rising Sun Esports, especially the Grom, right? We saw this long range artillery damage that doesn't get blocked by terrain because he lobs it over them. What is Blood Diamond's answer right now? Because you just lost 2 rounds in a very definitive, in a very convincing fashion against Team Wood.
It feels like banning it might not be a really good option, but they banned the Byron. It's somewhat of a respect ban, because Byron somewhat can keep your team alive, just place on the back, the tail end of your lineup, but during the later phase, Byron will just falls off. So it's up to your damage brawler to just do it. Jeanette pick from Team Wood, it feels like they want to go for the aggression. They want to go up front. They want to put out the damage. They really want to end this now. You know, it feels like Team Wood, they can smell. They can smell that the prey, the predator has become the prey.
The momentum, right? You're riding off of that win. Blood Diamond, Genie, and Eve. We've seen this before. It's all about playing that long range, but I think Team Wood have found a solution. And this is also something that we saw from the side of Rising Sun Esports, where you have the Jeanette, you play distraction, you kind of separate the battle lines with your super, and you have someone to get in the face of your opponents. Darrow being one of the brawlers that was brought out earlier on, I believe that was for gem grab. But when it comes to knockout, it's slightly different. You don't get the revive. And Team Wood taking a page off of Rising Sun Esports. The Grom comes out. And we know what the Grom can do, unaffected by terrain.
Yep.
And if you cannot destroy terrain to get to him, he is just going to pelt you from afar.
Yep, but I just realized the ban, we are missing one brawler that I feel like is quite strong in knockout, is the Squeak.
Oh yeah, that's well, Squeak.
Because we have seen like a couple of times that Squeak just dominate, but Team Wood, they go back with the Darrow.
Wow, they take it away, okay.
But the Squeak is in play. The Squeak is open. Will they take it? I feel like picking a Squeak might kind of go toe-to-toe with the Grom, but...
You think wow, is Blood Diamond the team that might want to picks up a Squeak right now? It feels very counterintuitive, right? Like if you go for it. Also, they go for a tick. I was thinking of that, of the tick as well, but I'm not really sure if I want it on Blood Diamond's side.
True. Like if you take out the Grom, then Team Wood will take the tick. I will assume that.
Yeah. Kind of feels like it's gonna be either or, but.
But I don't know. It feels like they have to play the patient games. They have to play the game where they have to understand the lineup of Team Wood. They have to understand that Team Wood is willing to go all in. They want to go all in. They are so close. They want to break the momentum of any Japanese team. And look at X9J.
I'm not sure if you want to do that because you can't respawn. So XIJ kind of pushing the button a bit too hard, putting himself in a bad position, but Roselle was able to salvage that, but managed to clip CZK. And this first round has kind of gone south. I mean, again, XIJ just... I understand the aggression, but it gotta be controlled because now Roselle is all alone and it's gonna be pretty tough to go on this 1 versus 2. It doesn't even have time to breathe. Even though Grom's projectile goes over a wall, well, guess what? Tick's projectile, that's the same.
Yeah, Tick's projector goes the same. I felt like X9J forget the memo that they are in knockout.
Yeah, well,
just look at how he walks in. He's like, confidently, I'll walk in, I'll throw my body, but...
Okay.
Oh, came up on top.
That's how you do it. So much better.
Confidence right now. They have to take down Momeshi, draw things off, and this could be whoever teams that picks up the point might be able to pick up the first point, especially in knockout. But it's much more important for Team Wood because they want to move on. They want to advance. They need to have that revenge with Rising Suns Esports. But I feel like Blood Diamond, they could have an anime arc right now. They could mount a comeback.
Oh, CZK. He's gonna try to flush Momeshi out. X9J can't get close, and that is perfectly done. From Blood Diamond, as long as you keep X9J away, you're in a good spot. And CZK, yeah, he's gonna get caught out in the open. And I love Blood Diamond just playing it safe, like you said. Most importantly, they're punishing Team Wood for all these minor mistakes. And now with man disadvantage, and Team Wood finds it incredibly hard. You don't have a safe space for this Grom to do his work. And X9J just cannot walk on forward. And Blood Diamond scraping by, they drag Roselle in, they grab the first match.
Yup, Blood Diamond turning things around. Team Wood, on the other hand, it feels like, I don't know, they are forcing it, or it feels like they have it, but it feels slightly forced from them.
Yeah, again, right, we are seeing this hyper aggression that is getting punished very badly, especially X9J. When he played on Heist, fantastic job.
Yep.
Brawl Ball, fantastic job. But right now, he is getting punished. And I love the adjustment from the Diamond. They realized that, alright, there is a big problem. Let us make sure that he doesn't get to do anything. We constantly damage him. We make sure he doesn't have enough health to stand in front. He cannot roll into us. That's how we win this. But Milk Girl gets gone on. X9J gets the job done and is gonna get out of this. And this is where Team Wood goes for the kill. Dempsey gets picked. And even though they lost, they lost the Grom, but they do have enough members to do so. X9J is gonna walk forward. Momeshi pushed to a corner. Expired to the Toxic Cloud.
Yep. Team Wood, they could have this comeback, but they have to be careful, especially X9J, but they are going all the way in. Damage, 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 up in your face. We are not afraid. CZK laid down the beat down. Momeshi, the last one alive, will...
there we go. Team Wood equalizes it. So we're one game away from finding out if Team Wood makes it through, or if we get hot zone, we get the final set. I cannot believe that Team Wood is making such a run, but I feel like a lot of it also came down to how they draft, right? I mean, we looked at the draft and we're like, yeah, Team Wood is running off on the high, and look at this X9J. This is what he has been wanting to do all this while. Just walk on forward. He has Roselle with him. But once more, he walks too far forward.
Yep.
And now Roselle is in a bad spot.
Roselle has to back off, sitting quite low. There you go, pops him down. Blood Diamond not giving up. CZK stuck in a pickle and brought down by Dempsey. Blood Diamond, they got to reset this, because they're sitting at the edge, because the moment they reset this, we are going to hot zone, and they know they have to give all they can. Meanwhile, Team Wood so close, they can smell the
here they go.
victory, but X9J has to hold off the gas and careful.
Yeah, you just do not rush it. He's trapped.
He's trapped.
He's trapped. X9J can do something. And we might see the reset, right? X9J going down. Again, a crucial moment. CZK grab back. And I think we're going to set 5 at this point. I mean, Team Wood, so close yet so far. It felt like things were coming together, but X9J just having a horrific set. And Blood Diamond finds the ticket to the set 5.
Yep, Blood Diamond definitely have the ticket to set 5. Now it's clean. Now they just have to focus onto one. There's no more other maps, there's no more other modes. This is the map that they have to just focus. And I feel Team Wood for X9J, they have to, you know, he has to keep himself in check. He needs to like hold up, play the patient games. Especially well, this time in hot zone, if he dies, he can respond back. But in knockout, it's like a lot of this aggression, say hyper aggression, unnecessary. It's like you're throwing your life away, and you don't accomplish the objective that you want to do. Your objective is you want to jump on top of the brawler. You want to try to nuke them, just blast. And like make sure you take one down. Even though you go down, you try to do as much damage. But the moment that one misstep, the miscalculation comes from X9J, it feels like it opens up Blood Diamond the door, like the gateway. It's like, okay, we can go for X9J. Next objective, they can go for CZK. Then lastly, they can go for Rizal, and that's the whole objective. They just look at how X9J plays and they react to him. They do not need to care about what CZK does. They do not need to care about what Rizal does. Main objective, X9J.
Yeah, and I think X9J probably, well, I'm not sure if it's confidence or what, but we did, you know, in the composition, he is the anchor, right? He is the one that holds the composition together. He goes down, we saw what happened. The entire thing falls apart.
Yep.
And Blood Diamond runs them down. It's a very unfortunate set, I think, for Team Wood, because that could have been a ticket for them to go to be one step closer to Challenge Finals, right? And get the rematch against Rising Sun Esports. But again, that has to wait, because right now we are getting ready for the set that determines it all. Dueling Beatles, we're going to hot zone, and Team Wood are already standing in front of the finishing line. Unfortunately, now Blood Diamond is beside them, and only one of them gets to cut the ribbon.
Yeah, just looking at the first brawler to be picked up by Team Wood, it will be a Crow. So it feels like Team Wood, they are gonna play with something much more aggressive. I might not like the ideology of them playing it aggressive, because it feels like they could be punished, and definitely hot zone, you want to hold on to the objective as much as possible. Colonel Robs, if you want, you can pick up Colonel Robs. You can pick up a Sprout if you want, not really that strong. Stew is good, Stew, especially with the mobility, able to go break down walls. You have to.
We've seen like Bow, we've seen like I believe Tick. I mean Squeak is bad now. I think some teams go for Eve as well. I believe Zeta Division, they did pick Pam.
Yes.
You know, at one point, I believe in the split finals. So I agree, there are a lot of options that you can go for to control the zone. Gale could be a good choice. We are seeing once more Team Wood kind of reversing some of the draft that we have seen, just making sure that they stay in their comfort zone. And I do like this approach. It's what we have seen even in the first series, and it's been pretty successful so far. But Blood Diamond gets the luxury of seeing the final pick from Team Wood, and it's gonna be it's going to be the Lola.
Yup, and Lola indeed. Before the last brawler being picked up, I think we have to ask, what's the prediction? Because it's at the end.
I feel like Colette would be a decent choice for Blood Diamond. Was left open. What else are we looking at? I don't know. I feel like Colette, Daryl,
Mhm.
probably Pam. Oh,
Pam.
there we go. That's the Pam.
So who do you think will win? Who do you
I think we're gonna win. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I feel like Team Wood, they definitely have a great chance. I still think that based off of what we saw, Team Wood can have a good possibility of winning this one. But what worries me is the we saw a bit of an inconsistency of how they approach things. Again, X9J is what I'm worried because he plays that front line, but there has to be a slight balance between going, pulling the trigger and playing around your team. And this is going to be the most important one because we only have one zone in the middle, and we see the setup already coming out from Blood Diamond.
And I feel, there you go. Once again, X9J going all the way towards the end, but Mameshi will go for the trade-off. They hold things off, and the hot zone goes into the hand and in favor of Blood Diamond. Team Wood, they have to recapture the hot zone. They have to force Dempsey, they have to force the Pam back away from the hot zone. X9J, I'm not sure where's the aggression coming from. Backline super open.
Yeah, that's very unlucky though. He went from Mameshi, and Mameshi somehow got his super in time and was able to get away, and it happened for a second time, and Team Wood not making much progress, and it's something that I really worry about because we're looking at 55% of progression on Blood Diamond side. X9J cuts into the backline, but still is not able to get control of the hot zone. So at the end of the day, all that effort is going to amount to nothing if the members of Team Wood couldn't get on top of it. 2-for-1 trade. Blood Diamond are just planting the flag down. 88%. And one last attempt from Team Wood. Just not going to be enough. Blood Diamond wins the first match of this hot zone.
Yup. First match of the hot zone goes to Blood Diamond. Team Wood, on the other hand, they feel they are all over the places. They are forcing fights unnecessary. They are jumping. They're repeating what happened, if I'm not mistaken, in the first map.
Yep.
Is that they're all over the places. They're trying to divide and conquer. But Blood Diamond, they are more focused. They are laser down that we want to take them one by one. A good trade. Oh, but Rio! Wow!
The empowered shot just killed the Lola in one go. And X9J once more just at this rate feels like a Hail Mary attempt to salvage things. And we like you say, we're seeing kind of the collapse of Team Wood's foundation. Nothing seems to be working out. The AoE from Blood Diamond, the utility, slows, heals, anything you can think of that exists in this game is in Blood Diamond's favor. I mean, Team Wood just struggles to even get on top of the hot zone.
It feels like CCK has to keep his teammate in check and really make sure that his voice is being heard. And
okay,
Rizal jumps in beautifully, takes down Dempsey at the same time. But right now, the face of CCK and Mameshi, he will be taken down. CCK goes down. Mameshi will have the advantage, and the reset comes in. But the advantage was on to Blood Diamond. They have the map control. They have the zone as well. Team Wood, they have to stop this. 45% left. 40%.
I think they ran out of time. I think that was their last attempt. X9J just used his super. CZK used his as well. They don't have anything left. Again, X9J goes in, throws his body forward. Can they get Blood Diamond off the zone? And I think you can see it. If you look at the camera of X9J, he knows that this set has already gone down the drain. And it's so close. But it is just not meant to be. Team Wood could have found that opening. But Blood Diamond, once more, just showing the adaptation that they bring. And they complete a sweep, the reverse sweep, in fact. Blood Diamond, just like what Rising on Esports say, they make it through to the one last series before Challenge Finals. But we can be super confident Team Wood made them absolutely sweat for this win.
Yeah, definitely Team Wood put the edge of Blood Diamond. They have like sharpened. They they put the diamond in the rough, they scratch it, and Blood Diamond say not to that.
Not
they
today.
bounce back and they went in, and it seems that they were calm, they were collective, they were focused, they understand. Okay, force X9J to make mistake or wait for that mistake to happen. But I don't know, it feels like X9J is like powder cake, you know. It's like at any moment you can just see him jump out.
Yeah, I mean, again, you just punish the mistakes, and I love the point you brought up. Just punish the mistakes, and you capitalize off of it. That's how they won this game. All made possible by our partners at Snapdragon Elite Gaming when winning matters. And I just love the fact that they've been with us for multiple titles, and there's more to come down the road. And it's great to have these guys enabling all these winners to perform alongside Monster Energy that allowed everyone to unleash the beast. So check them out at www.monsterenergy.com/gaming.
Yeah, definitely. And I do believe that for everyone who agree or disagree, they can also join the Discord channel as well, because you guys can get more information. You can kind of banter at discord.gg/Snapdragon Pro Series, and if you want to find out more what are the game titles that is in the whole tournament. But definitely it feels like Team Wood, they were so close, but I guess, you know, they were on the chopping block.
Yeah, they have one more chance, but that's on a later date against Midnight Zephyr. For now, we're going to put these two teams aside because we have one final series coming up. It's going to be between Rising Sun Esports and Blood Diamond once more after this break.
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming and Monster Energy.
Scenario, win, 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 yeah, we on a roll. Yeah, 2, 4, 6, we like 10 and 0. I should probably tell them something that they didn't know. Back then we was down with nowhere to go. Shit, might have been down, but we didn't fall. Now we running it like some intervals. Ooh, what now? Tell me who you see when you look straight up. Like, wait, who us now? What you gonna do when we pull up on you? Like, ooh, touchdown. You already know what it is when I come through you. Ooh, shut down. Shut down. Say, oh, what now? Tell me who you see when you look straight up like, wait, who us now? What you gonna do when we pull up on you like, ooh, touchdown. You already know what it is when we come through. Ooh, shut down. Ooh, shut down. Ooh, give me that crown. I need that now, right now. Ooh, don't make a sound. It's my time. You hear the crowd. Hey, we need that rain. Me and my team. Deja vu. This here a dream. We done all seen 100 times over back when we was just teens. Now we going dumb. Told them we the one. They would count us out. Now we counting up the funds. Now without a doubt, they be throwing up the ones. Like they was always rapping. I believe them if you want. Now they show love. Came with a dub. It is what it is. It isn't what it was. They all love to hate when it don't work out. Tell you that they always been down when it does. Look. Say, ooh, right now. Tell me who you see when you look straight up. Like, wait, who us now? What you gonna do when we pull up on you? Like, ooh, touchdown. You already know what it is when we come through. Ooh, shut down. Ooh, shut down. Say, ooh, right now. Tell me who you see when you look straight up. Like, wait, who us now? What you gonna do when we pull up on you? Like, ooh, touchdown. You already know what it is when we come through. Ooh, shut down. Ooh, shut down. Ooh.
Welcome back to the Snapdragon Pro Series Brawl Star Challenge Group Stage. We just finished a second best of 5 between Blood Diamond and Team Wood. And Team Wood was so close, but I think Blood Diamond found the Lumberjack and they were able to scrape by with a reverse sweep. My name is Sasuke alongside Adrian. We'll get to talk to one of the players from Blood Diamond in a bit because they're setting up to also face off once more against Rising Sun Esport, who were comfortably waiting for them. No, they did compliment them and say that, yeah, Blood Diamond will win, but they will not proceed to the challenge final. So Blood Diamond is here to prove something, but it was definitely a shakier series compared to what we saw from Rising Sun Esports. But no, let's take a look at Rising Sun Esports once more. We reintroduce them for those who missed out on their first series earlier on. It consists of Aro, Ryohei, Aaron, and Mahoshi.
Yeah, this is the lineup from Rising Suns Esports. Aaron, with his still intimidating face, we do have an answer. Well, in the previous interview, that
it's all planned.
Yeah, it's all planned. It's all part of the plan that, you know, to be intimidating in the game and out of the game. But Blood Diamond, they are the diamond in the rough. Rio, Milk Mameshi, and Dempsey, they are the lineup. They just finished off a series against Team Wood. Might be a bit fatigued, but this tournament time, this crunch time, they have to really utilize every single second that they can take to rest up and think about the next matchup. But we do have an interview with Blood Diamond and Mameshi. Congratulations against Team Wood. You guys really went in real strong. Husky, yeah, anything.
So my first question again, congratulations. But what happened in that best of 5? Because we did saw Team Wood were able to push you guys all the way. What was kind of the main obstacle that you guys ran into during the series?
まずはおめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
今回の試合かなり熱い手に汗握るような試合だったと思うんですけれども、何かそのブラッドダイヤモンド的にここに苦戦したなとか問題起きたところとかあったりしましたか？
なんかいつも練習するチームが日本のチームなんですけど、やっぱり日本のチームとは違う戦術で戦ってきて、そのバンするキャラクター、禁止するキャラクターとかも日本のチーム用でやってたんで、ちょっと意表をつかれたところがありました。
ありがとうございます。Right, so when we practice, it's usually with JP teams. And Japan teams really fight differently from other regions, especially when it comes to bans and such. So we really got off guard on that aspect.
Yeah, and you guys were still able to adapt to it, and I think that's a good quality that we've been seeing, right? Adrian, do you have anything?
Talking about Japan team, Blood Diamond, you guys are gonna go up against Rising Suns Esports. Do you guys have the confidence to defeat them? And what do you think about the rest of the competition?
BD、ブラッドダイヤモンドは、これからライジングサン e スポーツと、戦おうと思うんですけれども、かつ自信のほどいかがでしょうか。また今回の大会全体の、コンピテーション、その強さ的にはどう思いますか。
もちろん勝つつもりでやりますけど、このグループ2の4チームの中では、一番強い相手だと思うんで、負けないように、写真の圧にも負けないように頑張ります。
ありがとうございます。So of course, I think we will win. And within this group, I think Rising Esports is definitely the strongest team. So we'll try our best to not to lose to the intimidating photo that Rising Esports took.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron did say that you gotta win. The battle starts before you get onto the battlefield. So just now we talked to Aaron and he said that you guys are going to eventually face off against them, but they were the one who win, and you think your team is going to win. But what do you think is the quality that your team has that will give you an edge over Rising Sun Esports?
ライジン e スポーツと戦うにあたって、ブラッドダイヤモンドのどの強みで勝てると思いますか。
僕です。僕の力で勝ちます。はい、頑張ります。
Right, so the best quality that I think we have is me, and I will win.
All right, that's all we need to hear. We wish you all the best, Mameshi, and go prep for your final series. Can't wait for it to happen.
Definitely, congrats, Mameshi. But now the tall order, Blood Diamond, they have to back up what they say against Rising Sun Esports. Rising Sun Esports as well, they have to back up what they said during their interview. And these two teams, we kind of emphasize it's going to be, like how Group A, the final for the winners itself, like, Zeta Division 1 versus against Zeta Division 0. This time Rising Sun Esports, just to put up again the intimidation photo of Aaron.
You know what makes me happy? What makes me happy is that they were actually listening.
Yeah.
They were actually listening because I don't think anyone will go out their way to be like, I'm gonna beat these guys, especially this guy who looks scary as heck in the photo shoot. So they were following, and listening to everything that was happening on broadcast. And I just love the response, right? You simply asked, do you think you can beat them? It's like, yeah, we'll beat them. We'll beat this guy that looks scary. So now we got a series on our hands.
Definitely a series, and definitely I feels like that's a target right behind Aaron, especially. The rest is that they're pretty calm with the intimidation, but Aaron is the one that stands out in the picture. And Blood Diamond, we are saying Rio, McRio, Mameshi, and Dempsey, they will do their best. They will take this opportunity, especially if they meet Aaron in game. Definitely, I feel like they're gonna throw a lot at him just to keep him in check.
Just gotta
you're
make
not
sure.
that intimidating. We have the intimidation logo at the same time.
We're not scared. You mean
Look at that man with a shirt with a bat and a clarinet. It's like,
hey, let me tell you something. Sometimes adorable things are scary, right? For example, have you seen a porcupine?
I agree.
Have you seen a porcupine? Have you seen a chihuahua? I think chihuahuas are scary as heck.
Chihuahua is not scary. It's just you with chihuahua. You have an issue with a chihuahua.
No, I don't have it. Yeah, maybe I do. Yeah, but if you say porcupine, that thing looks adorable, but it can mortally wound you. So now the stage is set. There's a target on Aaron's back because of his photo, but I think he looks pretty good. We're going to look at the drafts for
Wow.
this final series. And the most important part, when you told me off broadcast we have no Brawl Ball, and indeed we don't, but this map rotation is deadly. We started with Bounty, go to Hot Zone, Gem Grab, Heist, and Knockout. And most of these modes are all about the mechanical prowess.
Yeah.
It's time for the skill check.
It's definitely skill check, and Japan, they are famous for that. All the players, especially the teams that is competing, Rising Suns Esports, Blood Diamond, they have the mechanical capability. Byron's being picked once again from the side of Blood Diamond. They feel like, gaming up against Team Wood with that opening, they might repeat the same opening, but they have to understand Canal Grande. It feels like they have to pick the right brawler, cause it's so traditional that we see, battle that goes up to down or down to up, vice versa. But Canal Grande, the way how the map position the brawler, if it slightly forces you to play the gameplay from left to right or right to left.
Okay.
Anyway, because there's there's a stream of a body of water in the middle, and there's only one walkway that separates it for you to cross. So you need brawlers that has mobility. You need brawlers that can jump over or move over water. Those are the brawlers that you really want. And you look at Rising Suns Esports, their lineup, it rectifies that issue that they have to move between the land area, especially split down by the canal.
Yeah, and we, in the second series, when Blood Diamond was playing, we kind of established that these two teams have completely different personalities and play style, right? We see how Rising Sun Esports draft, very aggressive, a lot of mobility, but if we look at how Blood Diamond drafts, it's all about that front line. Run in your face, run you down. And they did get that blue star first, and Wahochi actually goes down. Milkro, a lot of good focus fire from Dempsey, winning his individual fight, and Aaron is like, where did my team go? And he's going to rejoin them back and spawn 7 bounties so far on the side of Blood Diamond. Off to a great start.
Yup, a great start for the side of Blood Diamond. It feels like Rising Suns Esports, on the other hand, is having some of this issue to making sure like, what do we do? How do we approach this? And Wahochi going in. Can they take one down? They might be able, but no, Dempsey. He is so strong enough that he is holding on the other side. Aaron, it gets picked up by McReal. This divide and conquer. Blood Diamond, they recognize this issue of the positioning of Rising Suns Esports and Wahochi. The moment he lands, he gets taken down, but Rohi will be able to turn things around. But I feel like
this is tough. I mean, 5 to 24. Dempsey holds most of it. Realhead is gonna try. Oh, they come so close. Realhead jumps over the wall. They actually get a pick up. So a lot of injection of stars. They want to go for more, but they can't find it. Milk Girl also holding on to a majority of the bounty, able to slip away. And now Dempsey comes back to life, beats Aaron down. Aaron goes for the dive bomb. Dempsey pops the shield, damage reduction, gets a trade-off in the end. And with 15 seconds left, Blood Diamond with such a great start have found a big momentum for themselves. And Rising Sun Esports just cannot catch up. This first match is going to go the way of Blood Diamond for sure.
Yeah, Rising Suns Esports caught off guard, and Blood Diamond, it feels like they are riding on the momentum that they have from the previous series, and they're going in still hot, still strong, and Rising Suns Esports feels like they have to heat up the car, they have to heat up the momentum, and it feels like it hurts them a bit, slight a bit, but they might be able to bounce back.
Yeah, again, Dempsey is such a big threat, but Wahochi just, able to create a room for Aaron to go in and get things done. A way better start for the members of Rising Sun Esports. And of course, when you're talking about Real here on their surge, it's all about ramping up the super, and now they have found their groove. Blood Diamond gets away with it once, but not twice for sure. As Rising Sun Esports now can't find the lead, and Dempsey can't really have the luxury to walk in anymore. Milk will buy some time. Oh, the boomerang actually catches one of the members of Rising Sun Esports. But at the end of the day, it is still them in the lead. And Dempsey now, he's the one that's caught, while Hoshi does trade his life back. But with this constant trade going on, Rising Sun Esports are just in a better spot.
Yep, constant trading coming from both sides, but map control. Rising Esports, they hold the middle ground. They can dictate. Do they need to come in on the left? Do they need to come in on the right? Dempsey gets isolated, and Mameshi and McReal can't do anything but look at their own teammate. And you can see all the players from the side of Blood Diamond funnel towards the right hand side, and the players from Rising Stars, they are not afraid. They are going to go up and face the issue that they have, and they're going to back off and go for the reset.
And the craziest thing is this adaptation started not on round 2, but towards the end of match 1, where Rising Sun Esports were running trials on how to deal with this. So they actually figured things out towards the end, and now they're implementing it. And it's just crazy how these teams are doing it on the fly. I mean, it's still pretty close, right? 14 stars to 20. Ryohei just playing distraction, traces slide back, 5 seconds on the clock. They just need 4 more on Blood Diamond side. They just need to get Aaron, but Aaron leaps away, and Rising Sun Esports gets match 2.
What a play, what an understanding of Rising Sun Esports of the whole situation. The moment they know that it splits by a bit, especially by 4 stars itself, they went for the back off. They understand that they can the mobility of the brawlers from the side of Rising Sun Esports. They can traverse between the land area, especially the split between. They are able to do that, and if it forces Blood Diamond, also, oh no, now I have to rotate the other way, I have to take the longer route. But the first stars, the blue stars, will go into hand of Blood Diamond, and they have the advantage as they took one down, I presume, and they are in the slight lead. But Ryohei and Aaron, they are thinking about the aggression.
This is going to be kind of a slower start. Aaron is going to catch Dempsey off guard, get rid of him. Milkyo goes for the Beyblade, and actually gets a lead for themselves. But Meshi also out in the open. Ryohei just gives it a couple of love taps. Casually, evens up the score. And this surge is coming online faster than Blood Diamond wanted. Again, the blue star is on Blood Diamond's side, so they do have that minor advantage, and Ryohei just dunks on Dempsey, but Dempsey has a damage reduction, so a bit of an extension from the side of Ryohei. The Beyblade comes in, but Mesh, while Hochi actually goes for the air strike in time. Just baiting the members of Blood Diamond in, and Ryohei comes back to life in the stage. Come to Papa, 13 stars for Rising Sun Esports.
What a play from the side of Rising Sun Esports, able to equalize, and right now bring things forward for that, but they're just leading by 2 points. Now 4 points, that's good enough for them. They are picking it one by one. Blood Diamond have to keep themselves in check and be careful from the casual, just casual taps.
And I think this round is definitely in Rising Sun Esports' favor. Ryohei again just goes in for the slam dunk. Blood Diamond needs 9 more, but they might not even get any. Mameshi again just buys time, gives his life up. But with that last trade, the hopes has been dashed from Blood Diamond. They got off to a great start, but Rising Sun Esports closes out the first set.
Yep, Rising Sun Esports takes the lead and takes the advantage. Can they move on and capture the second map and one step closer to being the winner and moves on? Meanwhile, Blood Diamond, it feels like they had a good start, but it feels like the adjustment was not fast enough, because Rising Sun Esports recognized the issue and they adjusted immediately. And you can see the second round itself in that first map. You can see how Rising Sun Esports, they were able to adapt, they were able to change, they were able to understand how Blood Diamond plays, and Blood Diamond feels like they have to pick it up. They have to understand it. It's a lot to ask. I would say it's really a lot to ask from them. But if they want to make sure that they secure themselves as slots, this is what they have to do.
Yeah, and I honestly think that, we might look at it and be like, it's a tall task, but we saw what they did against Team Wood, right? backs against the wall, but was able to make the comeback happen. And it also boils down to how they adapt to the situation on the fly. We saw the quality from them first, then from Rising Sun Esports just now in that first set. And I think Blood Diamond can definitely do the same. Now it kind of comes down to who can find a solution to a problem faster. And I think that Rising Sun Esports is doing a way better job. We're going into the next set. I think Blood Diamond, I wonder if any of these sets will force them to kind of be more creative, just deviate from what we normally saw, because so far it's all been having a good front line, having a beefy front line. We go in, we run into our enemies, and we try to run them down by outlasting them in fights. And I wonder if that dynamic will change in the second set, because we're going to hot zone.
Yeah, that it's something that I was thinking at the same time when you was talking about how are they gonna change? Are they gonna adapt? Are they gonna switch it up? It feels like Blood Diamond. There's nothing to lose for them. They have to give it all in. They have to give like whatever they have, and Rising Sun is but bring out the squeak.
That's what you want to see, right?
Yeah.
We talked about the squeak in the second set, and it's here right now. So we look at the ban. I mean, we see the Jeanette ban, the Colonel Ross ban, no Sprout, no Rico. The squeak getting picked up is at least is something that we have not seen today. Kind of a breath of fresh air.
But the two pick up from the side of Blood Diamond, it feels like they're gonna amp up the tempo. They're gonna amp up the momentum. And Rising Sun Esports, they're not gonna deviate. They're gonna pick up same brawler. Blood Diamond. Okay, now they have this issue where they have a brawler that can jump right into your face. They can try to explode you. Meanwhile, you have another brawler sitting at the back. The squeak itself, it's just gonna be a long range brawler and just keep chugging the squeaky.
So one of our buddies at the Barca broadcast, Sir Cloud, absolutely hates squeak because it's too noisy for him.
Yeah, it's
We
too
see
annoying.
It's too annoying. Like, I mean, I cannot deal with squeaky sounds, at least for a long period of time. So I win the mind game. That's what Aaron said, right? It starts off the battlefield. El Primo gets picked up. I mean, I feel like this is something that we've been prepping since the previous set where they play Teamwood, right? We were talking about Daryl, we were talking about Frank, we were talking about El Primo. Blood Diamond brings it right out the gate for the hot zone. I mean, this is definitely a different look. Kind of still caters to their playstyle, kind of still caters to what we know about Blood Diamond thus far, but this El Primo is definitely a curveball.
Yeah, the El Primo is definitely a curveball. We kind of, I personally kind of forgot about El Primo, but Blood Diamond recognizing this. If you want to play aggression, if you want to play someone up in front, we can do that too. And Blood Diamond bringing the fight back to Rising Sun Esports. And Rising Sun Esports, just to think, it feels like right now this is a match of chess,
Oh yeah.
Who takes the first step, who is able to open up the opportunity. And I feel Blood Diamond might have a very slight advantage, especially with Stu.
Yeah. I wonder if you can push the El Primo mid-air out of the RKO with the Gale.
No.
You can't, right? As far as I remember, you can't do that. He's unstoppable. Never stop El Primo. Can't be stopped. Immovable force, unstoppable object. Well, unstoppable force, immovable object. That's how it is. I mean, Dempsey loves this kind of front line, but of course, Ryohei just goes for the slam dunk on him once more. Rising Sun Esports off to a good start. Aaron surviving that is huge for the members of Rising Sun Esports as Rico, Milkro's Rico will be tasked to deal with him. But again, Dempsey just run in and Ryohei actually, forces him away into the hands of Hoshi and this squeak get things done. Aaron somehow just doesn't go down. I mean, Ryohei, he is doing way too much work. Rising Sun Esports up to 50%.
Yep, all of this, it has to rely onto Ryohei.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wow.
Ryohei showing El Primo, this is how you go for the arc. This is how you dunk on people.
Yeah, that's definitely how you should do it. And Ryohei is not, backing off Aaron. Very ambitious, jumping in. He might want to, replicate what Rohi is trying to do, but that is I'm not sure what he has in mind, but Aaron able to take down Meshi. Dempsey on the other hand going for the backline try, but he got stunned. Dempsey, he has to keep Aaron in check, but Rohi one more, but finally he clears it up, but he jumps into the stun. It's so unfortunate 2 times in a row.
Yeah, just again we say that alright, can't stop him mid-air, but if he shows up, you push him back anyways. An explosive performance from the Surge, just constantly dunking on people.
Yep.
No regards at all. I mean, Real here doing a fantastic job. And of course, Aaron as well, right? Playing kind of the support role with this skill, is keeping Dempsey at bay. Yeah, while we say he's a madman, he jumps straight into the hot zone, but he's getting the job done. And we see a bit of adjustment from the side of Blood Diamond. They put Dempsey on the left side of the hot zone, but again, it's a 2 versus 1. Aaron just leaps in and takes care of things. And now Ryohei actually has the upgrade. He's going to just go onto Milkyo and give it a 1-2 punch uppercut. And Aaron gets control, pushes Mameshi into the wall and takes him out. Dempsey has no way in, goes to the RKO onto Wahochi, but Ryohei shows up. And it's another knockout punch for Rising Sun Esports.
Yeah, Rising Sun's esports sitting so comfortable, but Rohi.
Someone stop this guy.
Oh no, he's so strong. He's
too strong.
Too strong. We need to nerf him.
Yeah, don't nerf Surge, nerf Ryohei here.
Yeah.
You gotta nerf the guy. 86%. This round is so far, and here he goes. Ryohei jumps into the back line, and well, it doesn't really matter at this point. Dempsey will perish. And Wahochi, yeah, he's like, this round is too. I'm falling asleep playing this one.
Yeah.
Second set already.
Yeah.
One more, and they go to challenge finals.
Just intimidation before the game, during the game, and
what did I tell you? Huh? I told you like the most like innocent looking person is the deadliest. Well, guess who's the most innocent looking one? I think Ryohei is.
Ryohei is the innocent one.
Look at what he did.
He's the,
he dunked on everyone.
He's the quiet type of kid. And just like smiles and everything. He's like the one that I'm not gonna call him a nerd or whatsoever.
Hey.
No, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. That's
he
what
has
I'm
this
saying.
very kind look.
Yeah,
very.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not calling him a nerd, but I'm saying that he's a very, very calm, humble guy. You know, that you don't expect anything.
Unimposing, right?
Yeah.
You look at him and you're like, yeah, this is a guy that is not gonna hurt me. This is a guy that's gonna take care of me.
But
the moment you get in game, he's like, he like Aaron take a back seat. Like,
and Aaron tried to copy Roy and tried to jump in the same way. And it's like, Roy, no. It's like,
this is how you do it. Watch me. El Primo, watch me. Dunk on this guy.
Yeah.
So, wow, we're one set away. Well, not we, but Rising Sun Esports is one set away from advancing into the challenge finals. Probably in one of the fastest beatdown that we've seen. And going into the next set, we've seen we kind of we saw the El Primo, which is kind of a curveball, but at the end of the day, I think the identity is still the same, right? It's still someone that's tanky, someone that Dempsey really loves, like the Darrow, the El Primo, the Rosa, they can stand in front and just outlast the opponents in fight. But Rising Sun Esports have found a solution to that.
Yeah, Rising Sun's Esports definitely have a solution. Definitely, all of them is. I think we started with the whole storyline with the Japanese team being mechanically skilled, understanding everything, and it's. I bet that they have a whole file. It's like, this brawler good up with this brawler. This is the matchup. That's the matchup. As for every single patch, it just gets thicker and thicker and thicker. And it's like a textbook for them. So,
I actually heard of this theory. So I was watching like an analyst for a different game title, right? And he has a very interesting approach on how to pair compositions, right? Instead of thinking of like A plus B or B plus C, he actually did. So he assigned traits to characters, right? This character has. And the traits are color coded, right? This character is like, let's say, red, green, white, and like is white good against blue, something like that. It's a very complicated process that I do not understand, but the general gist of it, these color codes allow you to come up with compositions that on paper makes no sense, but actually synergizes in game. it's a very interesting idea to think about. And I think it derived from a card game. So we will get into it afterwards. I think it's something that is easier to explain off broadcast. You know, I think it's something that you might have.
I think I have.
You might have heard of it before, but we're gonna focus on this for now. Double swoosh, gem grab, back to the classic map, back to the classic mode, and this time we see the Byron on Rising Sun Esports.
Rising Sun Esports, they don't have anything like at stake at this moment. They're sitting so comfortable in the lyrics. Byron, Bo, meanwhile Blood Diamond is actually on the edge itself. They're the one that feeling the heat, and especially when Diamonds is under the heat, they crack, and this time they're bringing their best. They're bringing what they can, and they're sitting at the last straw that they have, and they have a way to deal with the Byron. They have a somewhat of a way to deal with the Bow, but can they control the map? 'Cause I don't feel the brawler composition, the lineup that they have, can control the gem spawner.
Yeah, but I think that at least for what Rising Sun Esports have right now, the Bow is, I think Byron actually has some sort of control with the super, right, throughout the cast. But here we go. We are back to the very classic way that we have seen a lot of teams execute when it comes to double swoosh. Bring out the Mortis, run into you. We take out the Byron, we take out the Bow, and then we take control of the map. But we have seen limitations on Mortis, right? And Rising Sun Esports, they see this pick, right? They have the last pick, so the Tara, perfect answer. Mortis jumps in, you throw the gravity well, you stop him, you kill him, and you kind of reset the fight. So we talk about zone control, ton of them on the side of Rising Sun Esports.
Yeah, Rising Sun Esports, it's basically timing for both teams. Blood Diamond, if they throw in, if the Mortis goes in, jumps in, and Tara is able to pull him in, that's it for Mortis. But it creates, you need that one throw to open up more opportunity. So you have, it's all on Mortis, and let's see who is playing on Mortis.
I think it's going to be, I believe, Mameshi to be on the Mortis again. When you miss that first combo, you are in big trouble. But lucky he does have the talent. Let's go for the arc. Let's go for the 180, the 360 spin attack. And able to at least get rid of Wahoshi early on. But again, this is a team, a composition that is about timing, right? It's all about waiting for the perfect opportunity. And again, Mameshi going in with this time. This gets focus fired down by Ryohei. A very reckless move without any information, but it's worth trying. And this is where all the utilities get thrown up at the side of Rising Sun Esports. And look at how quick they take control of the map.
Yeah, the moment they know that they take down Mameshi, the Mortis is out. The Mortis was the key of winning or losing this map. And if Mortis plays it perfectly and Mameshi is doing it the best, and Dempsey will be able to steal some gems away, but it's all Mameshi. But the pull itself,
double well.
Wow, what a play! And there you go, turn things around, countdown start. And as I was saying, Mortis is the key to win or to lose. It's the win or break factor.
And you see the smile on Ryohei's face when he pulled that off. The first while hitting two guys, gets the kill, instantly recharges it.
No!
But it gets stolen away. Wahoshi is back. Mameshi, can he get a milk roll? Oh, what a zone! But it does not matter. They actually get the reset off. And all made possible because of Ryohei's heroic attempt with gravity. Actually clips Milrow on the edge, takes him back. And Ryohei gotta stay alive. Good job from Mameshi, but it's not enough. Aaron, he's poisoned by the crow. Will he go down? Actually, he does. He takes down to the poison, while Hoshi now has to go on rescue mission, retrieve the package. And that's gonna be 10 gems once more on the side of Rising Sun Esports. Mameshi is gunning for him. You see the rest of Rising Sun Esports trying to protect, while Hoshi Mameshi goes in, gets sucked back, and Ryohei once more, the savior of Rising Sun Esports, the one who started this entire chain of event, and the one that gives Rising Sun Esports one more step forward into Challenge Finals.
Yeah, definitely just looking at Mameshi's faces now, he recognized that, okay, the mod is it's an issue. It's an issue, especially to the side of Rising Suns esports, because they know like he has to play the perfect game. He knows this could be the way that he has to play it, where it could win them and make a comeback. But Rising Suns esports, they recognize this. I can't emphasize the mod is.
It is an issue, right? I mean, again, that all happened because Ryohei landed one of the sickest gravity wow that we have seen, resets it for a second one, and really giving his team the advantage, because I think Blood Diamond were running away with the lead for the entirety of the game up to that point. Momeshi again going in for attempt number 2, does get the talent now, but unfortunately did not have the damage. We see the gravity well from Ryohei as he eats up all the projectiles from both Muriel and Dempsey, and this Tara is incredibly aggressive. Momeshi is doing the backline, but actually misses the first swipe, and now he's going to get hunted down by the members of Rising Sun Esports. Ends up taking down to Aaron's poison, and look at the aggression from Rising Sun Esports. They are just pushing it.
Yeah, definitely. Momeshi sitting in a very, very uncomfortable position. Aaron, the way how he positioned himself is perfect. Hochi knows to keep Momeshi in check.
Going for
but
Aaron?
Momeshi is going for Aaron. The
Oh, no,
most
that's
oh no! The poison was good enough. And Dempsey, he has to do it. He has to stop Aaron and Hochi. This started the countdown. This could be the end of Blood Diamond.
Yeah, could be end of Blood Diamond's chances of making it as the second seed. You gotta play lower bracket gauntlet at this point in Rising Sun Esports. You can see the smiles on their face. Look at the camera about Hochi. He knows he has done it. And across Rising Sun Esports, true to their words, they proceed into the challenge finals. Best of all, they join Zeta Division 1 as the second team from Japan in the challenge finals.
Yeah, definitely Rising Suns Esports stepping up. They know they can finally celebrate after all this long awaited, and they are moving on, meeting up with Zeta Division 1. But there's 2 more slots, there's 2 more teams.
Yep.
It feels like there's opportunity, if I'm not mistaken. It's Zeta Division 0. I think it was Fluffy. I just need to recall that. But for Group B, there's Team Wood, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's Team Wood and Midnight Zephyr, right?
Midnight Zephyr, they have to play that series up. Then whoever wins that will move on to fight against Blood Diamond.
So I think we have Fluffy and Winter from Group A.
Yes, Fluffy
so
and Winter. They have to go that series, then they move on to go up against Zeta Division 0. That's a tall order to go up against.
I honestly don't know how they're going to pull it off, but I feel like this is kind of within expectations, right? The top 4 team from the Japan region and everyone else, unfortunately, has to be the bottom 4, but there's the lower bracket run. And I think that's what matters the most on a later day. But for right now, I mean, Rising Sun Esports able to make it through the cleanest series, 3-0. I mean, we thought the Midnight Zephyr drawing blood was kind of an inkling that maybe there are some cracks in Rising Esports' armor, but they came into this and they just gave us the speed run of the tournament.
They call in the guys, patch up the cracks, make sure that it's all shiny and polished, and that there's no weakness. And Blood Diamond, even though they are diamond, they can't cut into Rising Suns Esports. And Rising Suns Esports, they stand tall, and they know, instead they're the one that cracks Blood Diamond.
Yeah, I feel like if you throw a diamond into the sun, the diamond just disintegrates.
Yeah,
that's how it is. But let's take a look at the teams that have qualified for challenge finals. So far, out of 4 slots, 2 of them have been locked in. First one by Zeta Division 1 after a very close 3-2 series against Zeta Division 0, and just now by Rising Sun Esports as the second team after a dominant 3-0 victory against their brethren, which is Blood Diamond. So we have 2 more slots left to figure out who qualifies for challenge finals, not only for the biggest slice of the prize pool, but also becoming the best team at least in Asia Pacific. So this is the bracket thus far. We are not done just yet with both groups. In fact, Zeta Division 0 and Blood Diamond can, Zeta Division 1, and Rising Sun Esports can take a step back,
Yep.
take a break, prepare for challenge finals. But 6 more teams have to duke it out for the last 2 slots. Fluffy, Winter, and Zeta Division 0 in Group A, Midnight Zephyr, Team Wood, and Blood Diamond in Group B.
Yeah, definitely. 6 team will have to still duke it out. Zeta Division 1 and Rising Suns Esports, as I say, they can take a step back and chill, but I feel like this is the important time where they take up their notebooks, they take up whatever they need to understand which team has the potential, which team has higher risk in the top 4 and stuff. And definitely Zeta Division 1 and Rising Suns Esports, they need to know like what kind of brawlers that they're gonna pick up, because the patch updates time to time. Brawlers change from time to time, meta changes from time to time, and we won't see how Team Wood they change the brawlers. It kind of created a surprise.
Yep, and again, we're gonna get to interview with Aaron from Rising Esports once more. Congratulations, Aaron, and the rest of your team. You guys have made it to Challenge Finals, and I know deep down that we will be talking again, but just want to ask you, how are you guys feeling right now after qualifying?
チャレンジファイル進出おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
今のお気持ちお聞かせください。
いや、そうですね。まあ予想通りブロッドダイヤモンドが上がってきて、まあどうなるかと思ったんですけど、なんか前々から結構編成とかピークとか考えていて、まあそれがうまくはまってですね、まあ 3-0 っていう最高の形で勝てたんで、すごいまあ良かったと思います。
ありがとうございます。Right, so as expected, Diamond, Blood Diamond climbed up, and like I said, well, we expected this, and we were a bit worried because of that. But we really thought about like team compositions and other things, and I'm just really glad that it worked out.
Yes, it definitely worked out. It worked out super well. They completely demolished the competition. And I believe you have something that you want to ask our gentleman right here.
Yeah, definitely, Aaron. Congratulations to you and your team, but moving up to the top 4. So that's Zeta Division 1 and Rising Suns Esports. There's 2 more slots to fill. Who do you think, in your perspective, deserve that 2 slots?
トップ4は現在、ゼータディビジョン1、ライジンさん e スポーツと、
はい
あと2つ、
はい
枠が空いてると思うんですけれども、エーロン選手的には、どのチームがその2枠を埋めると思いますか？
そうですね。まあ、予想なんですけど、まあ、一つはブロッドダイヤモンドが上がってくると、まあ、難しいのは逆の山なんですけど、まあ、ウィンターがもしかし上がってくるんじゃないかなって自分は思ってます。
ありがとうございます。Right, so this is just my wild guess, but I believe that Blood Diamond will climb for sure, and maybe Winter.
Maybe Winter, so he's counting out Zeta Division. Well, he's putting Zeta Division 0 on the back seat. So, that's something that we will keep an eye out for, because this is a very wild prediction that even I wouldn't dare say. So, okay, before we let you off, I have 2 things I want to ask you. So we'll start with the first one. Moving into Challenge Finals, what's there to come from you and the rest of the team? What can we expect?
最後に2つ質問させていただきたいんですけれども、
はい、
まずチャレンジファイナルズで、ライジンさん e スポーツからは何をこう期待できると思いますか？どういったプレーとか。
もう一回いいですか？ごめんなさい。
ごめんなさい。チャレンジファイナルズに向けて、ライジンさん e スポーツから何をこう期待できると思いますか？
やっぱそうですね。連携力を売りにしていくチーム行こうと思ってるんで。
ありがとうございます。Right, I think you can expect us, you can expect a very intense, very well-made teamwork in the challenge finals.
All right. Awesome. I was looking for that keyword intense. And now for the final part of my question, I know you said the battle always begins before we go into the battle, into the arena, and you told us a very important lesson, that the photo shoot matters. Can you show us that look again, the pose from the photo shoot, just to intimidate your opponents out there who are watching?
はい、アル選手、以前、前のインタビューでは、戦いはもう試合開始前からも始まっているとおっしゃっていましたが、
はい。はい。
写真に写ってるような表情をもう一度ここで見せていただけないでしょうか。
ちょっと待ってくださいね。わかりました。目つきの問題ですね。こんな感じですかね。今やっていいですか？
はい、ありがとうございます。大丈夫です。
はい、ありがとうございます。
I rate it a 10 out of 10.
Definitely.
They're gonna win the challenge finals for sure. Thank you very much for putting out with our shenanigans, Aaron. Once again, congratulations to you and Rising Sun Esports. We hope to see more of you in the challenge finals. But for now, go and celebrate your victory. We'll see you guys next time.
Wow.
10 out of 10.
Yep, 10 out of 10.
That's how you win.
You just need a photo of that, just paste it.
Told you
that's
it's a nice-
motivation, it's like those, when you Google motivational images with their caption and everything, that we should make one for.
I bet you it took him a long time to come up with that look, right? That's why I say, he might look intimidating, but he's actually a very gentle giant. And of course, when we're nearing the end of the day, but we gotta give a shout out again to our partners at Snapdragon Elite Gaming for making this happen, because winning does matter, and when winning matters, that's where we have these guys along with us for this journey, not just for Brawl Stars, but for other mobile titles. So we're really grateful for these guys. But of course, we also gotta show our appreciation to Monster Energy for allowing everyone from the broadcast to the players to unleash the beast within them. So check them out at www.monsterenergy.com/gaming.
Yeah, definitely. And for you guys who is at home wants to know more and really want to figure out, they can join the Discord server for more information at discord.gg/Snapdragon Pro Series to find out more of the information. And definitely, might see a couple of pictures of Aaron, the death stare, the anime death
That's gonna
stare.
be a meme, right? It's gonna be a Brawl Star meme.
Yeah, it's going to be a Brawl Stars meme, and I hope that they make it into a sticker itself. But it feels like all greatness comes to an end.
I feel, you know what? You know the Spider-Man meme? Everywhere I go, I see him. That's gonna be Aaron's face. But like you say, right? All good things come to an end. But it's not the end of the journey just yet. It's just another chapter. We're gonna sign off for the evening. It's been a great evening of Brawl Stars, but there's more to come. We still have 2 more slots for the challenge finals, and afterwards we have the challenge finals that will be happening on a later date. But on behalf of everyone, my name is Husky, he is Adrian. We're gonna sign off. Have a good night, and we'll leave you guys with the most intimidating look, courtesy of Aaron.
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming and Monster Energy.